Oh shoot, are we live? Hello chat. Welcome back. Welcome back, friends. Welcome back. I don't know if you had a chance to read the description. We're going to start off tonight with a little bit of some of this really great chronologically formatted lore of Night City. Probably do about 10 or 15 minutes of that because I'm personally learning about Night City. I'm enjoying the lore. I'm enjoying the world that Mike Pondsmith created. And I honestly have a strong feeling that I'm going to be putting a lot of hours into this game, and so the more I know, the better. I love having background stories. It also, like, complimentary thing that I love is that in the game itself, there's all these shards you can pick up that give you a ton of lore too, which is really fun and just like a little treat every time. So today has been an interesting day. My mic went totally kaput on me. It got ruined, but we had a backup and everything is going to be okay. So yeah, I can come out. I can come out. I can come out. Okay. We're troubleshooting some stuff. I'll be right back.
I just hit the book from the front.
Around the same time, the nomad clans of the Jodes and the Aldecados were setting up their new lives and were prospering because of it. The Jodes went back to their old ways of agriculture after being unable to secure any construction contracts, whereas the Aldecados were able to secure construction contracts and started working within Mexico City, helping them rebuild what they had lost. This contract made the clan the biggest out there due to how much it paid and how much it helped them focus together. As the world went into 2004, sadly for Tesla Johannesson, she was going to be assassinated in Cairo, Egypt by NSA operatives, clearly as a result of her exposing their terrifying secret to the world. This event, however, would cause the US to forego a planned return to civilian government and would allow for 4 more years of martial law to control what was a rising tension between the public, government, and Gang of Four. But things didn't slow down there, as a new war was beginning, but a war unlike anything ever seen before. This war would be named as the First Corporate War and would be between the factions of Euro Business Machines, Orbital Air, and Zeta Tech. This war all came about as EMB tried to acquire the failing business of Transworld Airlines. But seeing how beneficial this company would be to Orbital Air as well, they too would also want to acquire it for themselves. With the two parties both trying to buy out this failing business, both would use questionable tactics to shut the other one down, with EBM hiring terrorists to kidnap Orbital Air's negotiation team. It quickly became evident that the two were doing anything they could to shut the other one down, ruin the business plans, and eventually Orbital Air...
Okay, so we're going to check and see if my connection's good or not. I'm sure tonight's going to be a quiet stream. That's okay with me. I did... Oh, by the way, guys, I have officially shipped my website. And I also have... I added some filters to my mic. So I'm hoping that I'm being heard okay. And I do gotta boot up my Firebot because I did forget to do that. So that's my bad, actually. Turn up this lore.
Causing battles all over Washington, D.C. Most of the Gang of Four would be pushed out at this point. However, many still remained and escaped the prosecution of the
So this is the creator, Wisefish.
Would continue to hide in the shadows, with some joining large corporations rising all over the world, such corporations like Arasaka and Militech. Within the EEC, after hearing of what had happened within the Gang of Four during the 94...
He's talking about the corporations that eventually caused all these shifts in the world and in geopolitically in the world, but specifically we're talking about Night City, California, the West Coast, essentially the West Coast and the East Coast.
A device that would dramatically catapult
the cyberdeck, if you recall, that's what we equip in the game, like
such as net runners who would be able to control other people or passengers, utilizing the deck to interface with them when venturing into the net. These would also help going forward in battles and would bring about a new style of warfare for the militaries of the world. Luckily for both the EBM and Orbital Air corporations, they wouldn't have to worry too much about using this technology, as after 2 significant battles, Orbital Air were able to attack, breach, and capture the main compound of EBM's CEO, Ulf Grunwalder, and forced him to surrender to Orbital Air, bringing about the end of the first official corporate war. This set a precedent going forward to the other corporations, making it clear that if they also housed a strong military and pit them against other corporations, they too could gain quite a lot from this very viable business practice. And now going forward into the late 2000s, many other corporations would certainly look at following in Orbital Air's shoes, taking what they wanted from others. Over in Night City, however, they had their own new problem that was in the form of the mob, who had started taking over all of the regions of the city after Knight's death. The NCPD during this time could not do anything about the rising combat areas forming.
So we hear about Knight, who is he's why Night City's called Night City's called Why Night City. Night City. But what confuses me about that is some people say
city and wanted no part in ruling it at all. Now under mob
some
rule,
people say that it was named Night City to honor him, and other people say that it was named Night City to mock him, because the story is that he had this idea, like the original idea for Night City was for it to be a crime-free city, because all of the world had gone shit, and the Cyberpunk covers such a long span. It covers a couple centuries, like the late 1800s to 2077, right? So Night City was supposed to be a good place, and it ends up being corrupted and ruined and everything. And you know, it's kind of ironic that I like the game as much as I do, because it doesn't really give you an optimistic, it's not like an optimistic, happy, it's not a game where you expect a good ending. I haven't finished the playthrough, but I'm not expecting a good ending, like at all. Like, I haven't seen anybody finish the playthrough either miraculously, even though it's been out for so long. So that's amazing.
Such as the original partners of Petrochem and MA&F. It was a dark, corrupt time within Night City, and suddenly everything Richard Knight had envisioned was falling apart, and his wife's foundation set up to protect his legacy was ultimately useless now. But once again, for the rest of America, on the 5th of November 2005, the new president of the US, Henry Jacobi, would go on to be assassinated, with all evidence pointing to the corporation known as Mantoga Inc. Finding all of the evidence they could about the assassination, the corporation was given an ultimatum on the 17th of November to leave the USA completely within 4 days. But Mantoga refused all responsibility and ignored the ultimatum completely. This prompted the US military to move in on the corporation's facilities in an event labeled Operation Big Stick, allowing them to overrun all of the storage and factory facilities with troops, armor and artillery, and destroying every office they held with concerted air strikes, with one of the largest being within Chicago. 12 hours after Operation Big Stick had begun, most of Mantoga had been wiped out, with just the cleanup duties left to be done, including killing any and all Mantoga employees and operatives who had attempted to or had escaped the country. By the 3rd of April 2006, Operation Big Stick was officially closed as the last Mantoga Inc. administrator was assassinated in Bonn, Germany. This whole operation sent a message out to the corporations once again, specifically the ones on American soil. If they were to push the government too far, they would feel the wrath of the country and would suffer the same fate as that of the Mantoga Inc. corporation. During all of that over in Korea, the Second Korean War was coming to an end, as the North had its Chinese aid completely cut off, as the South would go on to run a bombing raid on the Subhuno Dam. With China unable to supply the North, the South Korean armies could invade the capital city of Pyongyang, which would last 3 days until finally Kim Jong II was officially removed from power, ending the war in February 2005. With this war won for South Korea, they could claim all of the parts of the North and turn themselves into the United Republic of Korea, a new age in their history. The general responsible for their great victory, General Lee Yong-yoon, went on to be elected as the first president of this new country. However, almost immediately got himself into a massive controversial news story, as he was rumored of being in a close alliance with the corporation of Arasaka and Japan that was signed at the Royal Palace. However, these rumors never came to life, as within just a few weeks, Yi and many others would go on to be killed by a bomb blast that leveled the palace. This was also followed by General Yi's brother Yi Hotong being shot down in his F-16 by Korean Air Force pursuers as he tried to get to China. As the plane landed on Chinese soil, his body was never found, and why he was leaving there was left a mystery as well. Korea after this would go on to choose another national war hero as their new leader, the General Sungjin Park, to help lead the new United Republic of Korea into a bright and positive future. A few other positive changes happened during this time for many individuals and corporations, starting within LA, who had their reconstruction project officially finished thanks to the many nomads who had came here for work. And now with all of it done, the nomads left in their droves to seek out other jobs either in construction or whatever was available. At the same time, another massive technological jump was revealed to the world as the first human clone was grown and was said to be a major success. This sparked great praise all over the world as humanity was now able to start the development of artificial organs to one day be released to the general public, which would be a massive benefit for all the ex-soldiers who had lost limbs during the many wars that had been happening over the recent years. However, saying that, within 2006, the military started issuing their soldiers cyber limbs to help with their service, making them far superior within battle, but also making sure people could return to the front line even if they had both of their arms and legs blown off in combat. It was certainly a turning point for how soldiers were made and used to fight in wars of the 21st century. For those at home just trying to enjoy their everyday lives, they were in luck as a brand new form
because of course the military did that. Because of course they were like, you blew your limbs off for us, here's some replacements, just go back out and do it again.
Been created that was named the brain dance. Thanks to implants put into the brain, this technology could record everything someone could see, hear and feel and put it onto a disc for anyone to watch back and experience. This would allow others to be able to witness crimes to see what really happened on that day, experience sexual encounters they may not be so lucky to experience, and if someone really wanted to feel their odd fantasies like Prince Andrew for example, they could be someone just before their final lights go out. This technology was huge on the public stage and really did bring about a new form of interactive entertainment for the public around the world, regardless of how weird it is. For the recently made independent corporation of Sov Oil,
Celestial, welcome. He said, I've watched all this guy's videos. He does an awesome job explaining the lore. I just found him the other day and I am hooked. I've given him so many views already. How are you doing? Have you watched? I will say I've only probably been recycling 2 or 3 right now because each video is so rich that I can just sink my teeth into them. But I can't wait to watch more.
The world's energy crisis. With the rights to this, it would allow Sov Oil to emerge even more into the global corporate scene and finally be able to challenge their competitors of Petrochem to be the largest fuel supplier in the world.
Haven't finished it. Purposely not finishing it.
Producing
Purposely not finishing it.
This did not sit right
because
with
you know
Petrochem.
that if you know you can never play it for the first time again. So I'm doing every side gig I can. I'm doing side stuff. I'm like keeping myself distracted.
And for a moment, it looked like it was going to go ahead. However, just before they signed the document, Sov Oil developed a brand new drilling technique, which meant their whole partnership was pointless, as their technology was now far superior than Petrochem's. As both left the negotiation tale with tensions running high, when the two expanded out into the South China Sea, that tension led to war and the start of the Second Corporate War. Utilizing all of their militaries, diplomats and resources, Petrochem struck first, blowing up a Sov Oil platform, claiming it to be an act of revenge
and
for how they had been treated
from finishing it. Hell yeah, congratulations, Celestial Tide Pod. Hell yes.
Because of the endless battles, 75% of both of their oil facilities I started off on console. Just a few weeks.
I started off not gaming, number one. I didn't game until kind of I didn't game until like 2018 in Apex. But anyway, I started off on console and I didn't have a PC for hecka long. And I was intimidated to have a PC, I'm not gonna lie. And I also used to talk, I'm not gonna lie, I used to feel like, I was like, well, what's so amazing? I can play games too on a console, you know? But they're both great for different reasons. I think when I have a gaming room, I'm gonna have it all. I want a PlayStation, because PlayStation has great exclusives. consoles.
up
I
in
want an
orbit.
Xbox
This
too,
would be labeled
but
as
the
the orbital
PCs,
war, where
like...
the US started attacking Soviet-owned
So congratulations
space
on your first
installations
PC.
to try and gain
What
the
game
power
do you
and
think
be
has the most
dominant
hours
force up
of your
in
time right
space.
now?
The surprise attack on the Soviet Mir-13 space weapons platform became the first ever spacesuit invasion in history.
Spacesuit invasion? What did they hack the spacesuit?
Got involved to defend their Soviet
I know, I'm
allies.
literally part of the
This kicked off
PC
war,
master
which would only
race.
go on to last a total of 6 hours, but
Yeah.
saw the destruction
Yeah.
of over 40%
I
of the
can relate.
world's
I was on
Earth to
console
orbit
too. I have a
platforms
Switch
and
OLED and a
vehicles.
3DS
Sadly for
NVS
the
Lite, and
people of
basically now that I have a
Colorado
PC,
Springs,
it's the
they would be
perfect
completely
trifecta.
bombed from
Yes, I have
orbit
my
using
Switch.
the Taicho mass driver.
I
And the
don't
same
have
happened
the
within
OLED though.
Australia's northern
Is it worth
territory
it?
of Alice
I bet it looks
Springs,
so
which went on to kill
good.
25,000 people. As
I
the
bet it
war
looks
ended,
really
it
good.
went down in history as the highest cost per hour in material destroyed and expended in history, with it being around 2.98 billion euro dollars per hour. Luckily for the Crystal Palace, it was
To be
too
honest,
far away from the
Minecraft
conflict,
second is probably
which
gonna
allowed
have
its
to probably
construction
upgrades. Hell yeah.
to continue on
Everybody
throughout
plays
it.
Minecraft,
Back on
dude. There's, like, no
Earth,
shame in
a
that.
huge reform was happening within the US government that
Upgraders, it
finally
just
saw
went on
the
sale,
end
I think,
of
and I was
martial
tempted
law
to buy
once
it,
again.
but
Over in Night City,
I'm
the Intercontinental
intimidated.
Maglev project was
I don't know
finally
anything
complete,
about
allowing
it,
the
but
people
all I
within the
know
city
is that all my
fast
friends
travel
that
to
play it
many
have so
different
much
locations
fun,
all
so
around the
I'm so
country. It just
curious.
needed to be turned on at this
But
point. Surprisingly,
I'll
over
probably
in
end up getting
Taiwan,
it.
they would go on to fully break away from China and pledged a new
I'm
alliance with
definitely...
Arasaka,
I don't let
giving them their
intimidating
full
games stop
freedom.
me.
However, the
Like,
main
even
thing
if
was
they
it
are
gave
actually intimidating
Arasaka
or
yet
not, it
another
doesn't
plot
matter.
of
I still
land
want
to
to try it,
expand
you
their
know?
ongoing growth, furthering Saburu's ambition to one day take over the whole world.
Saburo. Oh, the
band of Samurai,
Arasaka lore, you
2008
guys.
was a dark
Oh wait,
time for them,
Celestial.
however,
So
as their
have you
keyboard player of
played
the time,
the
Nancy Hartley, would be
TTRPG
sent to jail after pushing her abusive partner of the
of
time out
Cyberpunk?
of her apartment window, killing him in the process. Getting out
Whoa,
of
this
jail
lore
in
is
the heart of
crazy.
2008, Nancy would come to witness that Samurai had not been gigging at all, waiting for news on her whereabouts, and because of it, the band had fully split up, with both Johnny and Kerry going on to setting
Oh,
up
yeah, I
their own
just saw Kerry
solo
in my
careers
gameplay
to
the
keep
other
their
day.
stardom going, as well as spreading their ongoing messages. The breakup of Samurai at this
They're
point
like,
could have been
"Fuck
shown to be a
Arasaka."
turning point for America. Their days of terrible
after
corruption
you
and,
find
being
about
run
Soul
by the
Killer
secret
and what
government of the
happens
Gang of
with,
Four was at an end, and a need for
with
the
his ex,
protests
it
of
kinda makes
Samurai
sense
was
why they
not
hate it
as
so
popular
much.
as it once was. With that said, going into 2009, the US realized it needed allies going forward. Europe and the Soviet Union were controlling so much that after announcing their new mission to Mars, they had really cemented themselves as the ultimate superpower. With this, the US signed a
They
mutual
finally made it
defense
to Mars,
treaty
huh?
with China to make sure if anything happened in the future, they would have allies to defend them, as they could not take on the Euro-Soviets on Earth or in space on their own. And soon after that, it didn't take
finally
long
made it
before
to
the US were
Mars.
already threatening to take over full control of the under-development Crystal Palace. But the Euro-Soviets were quick to act and set up the Taicho mass driver to aim at Washington DC to create the warning that if the US were to do anything, they would feel their wrath and have their capital completely destroyed. Realizing this was a bit too much for them to chew, the US backed down and focused on what their plans were going forward. For the Second Corporate War, however, battles were still raging on, as it looked
I'm
like
muting my
Petrochem
mic every
were
now and then
turning
because
the
I'm still
tide of
coughing.
war as
Sorry,
they
guys.
infiltrated the Spratly Island chain and assassinated Anatoly Novikovo, the CEO and founder of Sov Oil, utilizing planes loaned from the government of Malaysia. But this did not stop the Sov Oil military and only encouraged them to come together and fight some more going into the end of 2009. But for now, another decade had passed, bringing about a ton of
Petrochem.
changes
I wonder
from
if I'll have any,
technological ones
if
to
I'll
the way
encounter
the
them at
world
all
was
in the
run
game.
by corporations. It was quite clear that the 2000s set some dangerous precedents going forward, and now going into the 2010s, more wars were going to kick off, and dramatic changes to the landscape of the US and the world were taking shape. The 2010s started in a pretty positive light, as finally the Second Corporate War had come to an end, with Sov Oil taking the victory out within the South China Sea and gaining more land for themselves. However, this didn't bother Petrochem too much, as they decided to put all of their eggs in one basket and started developing the CH00H2 fuel technology, while Sov Oil was still had a lot of effort put into utilizing their large untapped oil fields within the Siberian region. Over in the Western Hemisphere, year, the Second Central American War was also finally over after America realized they could not do anything more, and it was so embarrassing for them as they thought it was going to be an easy victory. But the end of the war brought about a new problem. The higher-ups in the military noticed they did not have the funds, nor did they want to spare the funds to bring out all of the citizen recruits they had brought into their ranks to fight for them. Instead, the higher-ups diverted the funds, cancelled all of the civilian contracts, and used all of their funding
actually
on
so
getting the
fucking
equipment
crazy.
and high-ranking soldiers back to US soil. This outraged a ton of people who found themselves without a job and no way back to their homeland, with the government also making the home public believe that they were deserters as well, making them extremely
Oh my
hated
god,
at
that's
home. This was all thanks to the
awful.
fact
It's like
that
a
by this
double
point in the
whammy.
US, the media company known as Network 54 controlled 62% of all broadcasting within the country, meaning that the United States government could control the message that was delivered out there with ease, and most households would most likely be watching a station owned by this mega corporation. Not only was it the ex-soldiers affected by this, but a lot of the contracts they had offered the nomad communities out within Central and South America were also cancelled, meaning they had to just up and leave, triggering the process.
All
that
right,
would be
chat. So the
called
plan is we're going to do a
Long
few more
Walk, as
minutes of
most
this,
them
probably
had to
about
trek
like
hundreds of
5, finish
miles
up this
to
little
get back
segment,
home
and
with
then
no
I'm going to
help or
take a
funds
quick
from
break, get some
anyone.
more
This
tea,
was a
because
horrific
I'm
time for
still
many,
sick.
and it really went to show a lot who
And,
had fought for their country
get some
or
tea,
worked to
and
help
then
build it back
I
up,
have
but
to
the
order
ones in
food
charge could not care
later,
about
because
them
I
at
haven't eaten
all,
anything
and would
all
rather
day.
that they just died
And then we're
out
going to play
in
some
the rest of the world
Cyberpunk.
just so they could save some money.
I
And within
love
Night
streaming.
City,
Streaming is
they
so
had
chill.
a new problem that was on the rise thanks to the new cybernetic technologies that were emerging around
Oh, this
the
is where it
world.
gets
This was the rise
interesting.
in cyber psychos who were being driven mad and going on killing sprees.
How long do you
utilising
think it
their
would be
deadly
until that
military
starts to
hardware.
become,
In
like,
response
a
to this,
reality,
Night City
guys?
and a lot of other cities
How long?
would bring about a new type
'Cause
of
it's
law
coming.
enforcer. This one being
It's coming,
named
man.
the Psycho Squad, aka Max Tac or Borg Squad, and would be created by the extremely experienced solo named Ares. This squad would be the best of the best and would be able to take out deadly criminals with ease, finally allowing for some order on the streets where even the most deadly cyber psychos could not succeed in taking over the cities. Out within other countries of the world, Romania were going to
Cyberpunk.
suffer
I feel
a
like we're
horrific
basically already there,
earthquake that would
minus the
destroy
advanced
a lot of
technology.
people's
Hey,
homes
welcome
and would go
back.
on
No
to
worries.
kill
Thanks for coming and hanging out and saying
267
hi,
people.
even.
But over in Italy, they were suffering a corporation
you heard about
issue. For a
Neuralink,
good while,
right?
Italy was on the side of
Like,
their
you've
farmers
definitely-
and its agricultural sector.
They're doing it. I
However,
mean, it's
in
already happening there.
2010, the Italian government caved
And
under
I'm
pressure
not by
from the
any
rising
means endorsing
corporations
anything
and
that Elon
decided
Musk does, by
farming
the way,
was a
but
thing
look
of
into
the
Neuralink.
past.
It's
And now
crazy.
that land was to be
They were
sold
playing
to
Mario
them
Kart
for
with their
energy
heads.
gains and maybe artificial food
12 ALS
products.
patients
As
have
the
it right
year
now.
turned to
The last time I checked.
2011, Night
12.
City
I watched the
was
keynote
undergoing
a few
new
months ago,
changes as
'cause Neuralink had a
mob war
keynote.
reached
It's
its boiling
crazy.
point and was happening all over the streets.
And girl, I want
The
Neuralink. That
corporations
would
were
be
desperate
lit.
to take back this city for themselves and objected to the way the mob
I don't
wanted to
know.
rule
It's-
people. Nearing the
it's
end of the war,
fascinating.
Arasaka-trained paramilitary
Again,
troops
I don't-
in assault vehicles would lead the charge into
The keynote
city,
was
as well as
crazy.
hitting the mob with a
Neuralink
wave of
installed
bombing
in their
runs
head.
and
They charge it
assassinations, taking out
wirelessly.
many of the mob members
They have
who were not
hats
ready
that
for
have the
this level of
wireless
attack
charging
at
battery that
all. It
charges
didn't
their
take long
Neuralink.
after these attacks before the
And then they
majority of
also
the
have
mob's
this
power
wireless
base
charger
was
they could use
utterly
out.
destroyed, and they had been driven out
Charge
of
it
the
on
city
their head.
completely. As the war
It's
came to
crazy.
an end, the corporation took over the rule
so
of the city
crazy.
and placed a puppet mayor
And
in
nobody's
power
talking
and made
about
it their
it.
mission to clean up Night City once again. Almost
Nobody's
immediately,
talking
they
about
turned around the
Neuralink,
corporate
dude.
plaza
It
and made
it
pristine
blows
once
my
again,
my
and then went on to
my
focus
noggin
on other
that it's
areas
not
of the
talked about
city.
more.
However, with this new corporate
I prefer
rule,
small
this
streamers.
caused
It's a
even
lot more
more of a
personable than bigger
homelessness
streamers that don't pay
problem
attention to the
because
community.
corporations
I
were
bet it
asking
gets
those
so
in
hard. I was
houses to
thinking about
pay
that,
to
and I've also
renovate
been
their
told that
house
a
to
few
make it look
times.
better. And if you couldn't afford
And
it,
I
they'd
also
be
agree with
kicked
it.
out
You
by
just can
force.
connect
This change
better
forced
when the group is
hundreds out
smaller.
onto the streets
In
as
bigger
their
streamers,
once
it gets a little
affordable
hard
homes were
to
now
pay
turned
attention, and then you
into
get more
luxury
trolls, and you
places
get more
for the
this and
corporate
that.
troops
It's
to
just a
live in.
lot.
A lot of space victories were to be had within 2011 as well, as the Euro-Soviet mission to Mars was reported back to be a huge
So the
success,
Soviets
and
got
now
to Mars
plans could
first.
be made for what they did with this planet. They could now reach, and relatively quickly as well. The Eurospace also saw a big
Oh, those are
win
my
as
auto. I
finally
have
the
my
Grand
commands on like an
Crystal
auto
Palace
message so that
finished its
everyone could see what they
construction and
do.
opened its doors,
So if you're like,
allowing
why
them
is she
to
sending
own
herself
a
commands?
permanent
It's just
hold
because I
in
want them to
high Earth
demonstrate what.
orbit. But for some corporations, they
sending
would not
myself
like the
commands.
news that they had just heard, and neither would the US, as the once soldiers fighting within the Central American wars had become so angry by what their government had done that they had formed into their own nomad
You know what trips me out
clan
more
and
about
gone
how, like
on
you said,
to
you feel like
steal
we're already
billions
there
of
minus the
military
advanced
hardware,
technology?
venturing out into the
You're
ocean,
so right,
and then
because like
hijacking an oil
geopolitically,
rig within the
socially,
Gulf of Mexico to set up
it's
as
there.
their own new headquarters.
I mean,
called
for down to like the
Metaki,
euro
trying to label
dollar and the dollar
themselves
losing
as
the
their own
value,
international
and like
nation.
it's just
This group would be
crazy. It's
named
honestly
Metacorp,
crazy.
named after their leader Jonathan Meta, who was once a loyal American soldier, but now does everything in his ability to take away from those who abandoned him and his men during the Central American War.
So like I
For many,
purposely find
this whole
smaller
island
streamers than
would be
bigger ones
seen
because
as
there's a lot of
new
unseen streamers that won't
utopian
ever get
city that
engagement since
offered
Twitch
its
favors the
people a
streamers
lot
that do
of freedom
scantily
and was a great way
that
to
do
get
scantily
help
stuff to
away
get
from
clicks and
traitors
stuff.
of the
Oh, that's
US
so
government.
nice.
By 2012, more drama
That
hit
is
the
so
US as the
nice.
city
Wait, let me
of
see. Do
Chicago
I?
would be hit by a horrific bioplague that originally the citizens thought was a form of Ebola, but was actually fully manufactured by the federal government. The reason why this plague was released was because the university that was producing it had just left all of the most deadly
I totally get what
viruses
you mean,
mankind
though.
had ever seen
It's a lot of
abandoned in the labs,
it's a lot of that,
collecting
but
dust
it's okay.
over the many years since
I
they
feel
had
like they
been
have
there.
their
As
audience,
construction jobs
and
started
every
to
streamer
take
has their
place
own
after the
audience,
collapse
and
was
it's their
over,
responsibility
this
to
building was
curate that.
leveled down,
And
then
you
when it
know,
was
if
dug
I wanted
back
a
up
bunch of
again,
fappers
all
in
of
my
the deadly
chat,
viruses
I
released
definitely
into the
know
environment,
what
wiping
the
out
technique
over
would be to get that, but I
200,000
don't. I
people
would
and
rather
destroying
have a low
pretty much
viewership,
all
or
of
I'd
the
rather
city.
have a
It was
small
one of
community for
America's most
years
horrific
than
moments
like have
and
a whole
real
bunch of
error on the
gooners. Like I'm
NSA
good.
and federal government's behalf
I'm so
once
good off
again.
that shit,
Even more
dude. Get the
blood was on their
fuck out of
hands.
here.
At the same
I think
time,
it's
the long
Twitch,
walk
man.
that
Go
the
to
nomads
fucking
like
anything
the
else for that.
avocados
But like
and other
Twitch, they
regular
gotta
citizens
defile
were
Twitch
on
too.
had finally come to an
It's
end.
cool though.
But
I really try
tragically,
not
only
to.
10%
Everybody
who
deserves a
set
chance
out
at
on this
making
journey
money and
back home
curating the
actually
audience and
returned,
community
with
they
the rest
want. And
dying
so
due to exhaustion or just going
I get
missing.
it,
Deaths were happening in
but
the
it does make it
thousands
hard.
within Night
It does
City,
make it
Chicago,
hard
and in the
because those girls
wastelands, all
pull so
thanks to
many viewers.
decisions
Like they
made
pull
by
a
the
lot of
federal
viewership.
government once again. And
But the
even
quality
out
of those
within
viewers,
Spain,
I don't
more
know.
deaths were
I don't
hitting the news as a series
know.
of
I'll
small
take not
corporate
having that
wars were
many.
devastating the lands,
Because I've had some
really
creepy stuff
showing once
happen in my
again that
years
the
being online,
corporations were
and
doing anything
I
to
don't
gain
want to
more
test the
ground
limit on how
and
creepy
eddies
and
for
weird
their
it can get. Like
businesses. But in
people are
2013, the net
psycho.
was becoming a huge part of everyday society. However, within it was a lot of illegal activities that were going unnoticed. To counter this, a global
Speaking of gaming
policing
PCs, I'm
organisation would
hoping
be
I get to
founded
upgrade my
thanks to a US
graphics card soon because I want to play the
this
newer games.
organisation would be known as Netwatch.
I have a
would
3070
patrol
right
the net
now,
to prevent
so
any and all cyber
I want to be able to
crimes,
play all
utilising
like the
net
new
runners
stuff in
known
like
as
pretty
net
good
cops,
quality.
wolves, weasels, and the Icemen, who would be equipped with very
Wolves,
powerful
weasels, and
software to
oh,
move
that's the
through
guy
net
that you
with
run
ease.
into in the
If
side
someone
quest with
were to be
Phantom
caught
Liberty
doing
with
illegal
Placide.
activities on the net, these troopers would
He's
find you
I
and
think
use
he's a
programs
Netwatch. He's a
known as
Netwatch
Black Ice
netrunner.
to kill or maim you. On top of this new technological leap, another one was spreading over the world in the form of nanotechnology,
chat.
which would go on to really help many people when it came to surgery
Nanotech.
and healing wounds that
I
couldn't
wonder
have
how
been
much we'll
healed
get to
before.
see
With
of
all of this
that
rising
in my
technology, especially with the
lifetime.
growth in the net,
I
Arasaka
wonder,
suddenly shot
I
onto the scene
wonder.
in 2013 and took to Night City to seek out more power, as well as the new incredible netrunner known as Alt Cunningham. Alt earlier on in her life was
Alt.
praised
Okay,
for
the
her
fact that
work with the
Alt
net,
and
setting it
Silverhand
up
were
within
together
the
is so
Pacifica
random to
region
me.
and developing software that many hadn't seen before. Being seen as something special to the technological boom, Alt began working for a mysterious
Oh, there's something I want to say
ITS
so bad about this
corporation
Phantom
and
Liberty
started
part, but I'm
working
not
on
going
a
to because I don't want to spoil
revolutionary
it.
human AI transfer program,
So I'm gonna
focusing
shut my
majorly on
trap.
cyberware to augment her net running skills.
Like that
It was
chihuahua in the
here where
TikTok
she would
comments.
meet her lover of the time, Johnny
That's how I feel when I
Silverhands,
have to
and
shut
when
my trap.
2013 came around, Arasaka had heard of the work she had been involved with and wanted her skills for themselves. After a Johnny Silverhand concert, the two would head outside.
Johnny
of the
Silverhand
building
is such a
after
pain in
having
the
an argument to
arse the
find
whole
that
game,
Arasaka
dude.
had sent mercs
I
to
don't mind
capture
him, but
Alt
he's
to
just
take her
so
back to the
cynical,
corporation.
and I don't
Johnny would
blame him.
try
I
and
get
fight
it.
them
All
off,
the
but it was
horrible
no
things that
good. They
happen,
were
but
far
I'm like,
too much for
dude,
him with their latest military grade
please,
hardware,
I'm trying to
and were
kill 1,000
successful
guys
in
right now.
capturing Alt for their AI program. Not allowing Arasaka to get away with it, Johnny would put together a riot outside of Arasaka Tower to cause a distraction for the Arasaka troops. With that done, Silverhand, along with a few of his other team, including his ex Rogue, a media reporter Thompson, and a nomad named Santiago, burst into the tower and fought through, finally getting to Alt's body that was hooked up to the mainframe. Toshiro Harada, the Arasaka executive, tried to convince Johnny to see sense.
I gotta head out, but I wish you all the best of your stream. Thank you so much. You too. Have a great rest of your day or night. And thanks for chatting a bit about Cyberpunk. I love reading Cyberpunk fans.
Mainframe killed her physical physical form and left Johnny with a lifeless corpse. However, Alt's soul remained stuck inside the net, where she would remain for years, one day being able to get into contact with Johnny once again. But with that said, her personality would never be the same again. After this
she's
event,
just an
though,
engram.
18 people would be killed in the riots outside of the tower, with 51 wounded. The Arasaka Tower would be completely gutted, and Johnny Silverhand had
I just
to get
played this
away
side
from
quest
it
like
all.
last
Here he
week.
would go on to join up
Or
with
not
the
this side
Aldecaldo
quest, this
clan
expansion.
and stayed there for a few years until the heat died
Aldecaldos,
down. By 2014, funny
Panam!
enough, nothing much
Panam,
happened.
the love
The
of
only
my
thing of note was
life.
that during this year, the net underwent massive changes, probably thanks to Alt being integrated with it and with all of the time in the world. And with that, Netwatch would also be working hard on keeping it safe from illegal activities. That following year, the nanotechnology that had been developed a few years ago finally became available to the public, allowing all of those incredible benefits to be available to all, as long as they could afford it anyway. Out within Japan, however, big changes were happening. Their emperor of the time was removed from office, and with that change, Japan was also removed from the EEC, meaning they were an independent nation once again. This could have been because of Arasaka's involvement in international politics as well. This meant Japan had to undergo a new currency change, and soon after their leaving of the EEC, Japan created the new yen to be a counter currency to compete against the euro dollar. However, not much was different about this currency compared to the last yen, but with that said, out within Asia, it was the dominant currency used compared to the euro dollar. But this did go on to trigger the yen wars within Europe, where Germany would try and limit international corporations within Europe as much as possible, knowing full well that if they succeeded, the euro dollar might lose out to this new yen currency. This war wasn't the only thing happening though, as once again the world was plunged into the third corporate war, this time between Night City's partners Meryl, Asukaga and Finch, along with the mercenary business of Lazarus against the corporation of the Rothstein Fund. This war, however, was unlike anything anyone had seen before, as it happened mainly through the net, as data fortresses became armed camps, trying desperately to take each other out and steal their own data. This war was all set up due to some dodgy business practices by MA and F, as they used the Rothstein Fund as leverage for their investments. Netwatch also got involved within this data war, as they tried to limit net access all over the world, leading to many arrests and flatlines. Eventually, this data war turned into a real world war, as mercenaries were hired to fight their battles on Earth and in low orbit, with them trying to destroy the locations of their enemies' net communications gear.
Is so
this war
human.
was extremely expensive
that is
for
so
all
deeply
parties
what a
and
human
cost
would
so
do.
many lives. And at the end of the war, the Rothstein Fund ceased to exist, and their MA and F turned in the two of their executives who started this whole war into the LADA, having to pay for all of the damages caused within low orbit and on Earth. It was yet another horrific war that the world had to witness, and once again set another dangerous precedent, as it showed what the net could be used for. It was not only for accessing the vast amount of data, it could also be a battleground for corporations looking to gain more power.
All right, guys, we're gonna pause it there because I know if I hear him say anything else, I'm gonna want to finish the rest of it, and the rest of this video is like an hour and a half, and I did not stream just to like stream someone else's like thing. I really want to learn the lore. So I'm gonna pause it, but I definitely had a lot of fun, and I'm gonna do a segment like that at the beginning of my Cyberpunk streams. So yes, let's go. I'm gonna pause real quick. I'm gonna grab some water and a refill on my tea, and then we will boot up with some Cyberpunk when I get back, chat. See you soon. Bye. See you in like 3 minutes.
body count lottery rounded out to a solid and sturdy 30. 10 out of Haywood. Thanks to unabated gang wars. One officer down, so I guess you're all screwed. Cause the NCPD will not let that go. Got another blackout in Santo Domingo. Net runners are at it again, poking holes in the power grid. While over in Westbrook, trauma teams scraping cyber psycho victims off the pavement. And in Pacifica, well, Pacifica is still Pacifica. This has been your man, Stan. Join me for another day in our city of dreams.
Alright. Does this have all the filters? Oh, thank gosh. It remembers all the filters I had. Okay, sweet. For a second, I was pretty worried. I did add a noise suppression, a noise compression. No, I said I add noise suppressor, a compression filter, and a gain filter on my mic. So I'm hoping that it sounds better. Better. Oh, am I oh, this is what I'm doing. Dude, I could not find this BZ. If anybody knows where Georgina Zimbinski is, tell me where she's at. I cannot find her. I quit last time. I was looking for her for like 20 minutes. I've killed everybody in this joint. There's not one person left alive except for her, I think. And I can't find her. I'm getting my controller. Georgine. I was supposed to edit some Cyberpunk content today. Did I do it? Nope. Maybe I'll do like 30 minutes of that before I go to bed. I think if I break it up, it'll be easier for me to handle. And my controller's not working because of course not. Here we go. We're back, baby. We're so back. We're so back. Okay. Somebody tell me where she's at, please. Where's Georgina? Here, I'm just gonna dance, actually. And then I'll find her after I'm done dancing. Okay, I'm done dancing now. Okay, I'm doing this with fresh eyes, so maybe I'll have more success this way. The music is being hella dramatic. Like, why are you being so dramatic? Everybody's dead. I'm not on edge anymore. The music can change now. No. No, I did this last time. I don't know where she's at. It's actually so annoying. I don't know where the room is. It's in... What are they doing, these weirdos? That's room 3, that's room 2. make any sense. Does she run outside? Wait, is it this? Dude, I'm dead as stuff just use this one, dude. Like, whatever, bro. I can't remember. That is so annoying. Look at it.
We're working on it. Always putting together a testing. And me?
You'll hit the stacks. Make contact. Personal location is in operational funds.
Do this. Glorify the
What exactly is it hearing?
Seems to be another visitor.
Told you those pops wasn't the music. Who are you?
Not the talkative type, are you?
Georgina Zimbinski? Need to talk to you about Michael Maldonado.
Uh-oh.
That drunk? What about him?
Claims he was forced to testify against his son.
That's fucked up.
Need you to wipe it.
He wants me to... That cowardly two-faced sack of shit.
See? Told you he couldn't be trusted.
What exactly did he tell you? Feel like I'm
Your goon
talking
here
to a wall.
forced Mike Maldonado to testify.
I think she means you, Hank. Did you do any shock therapy on Mr.
Oh,
Maldonado
I don't
recently?
trust her.
Yeah, like I don't got better things to do.
Kidnapping,
No, I don't trust her
extortion,
at all.
arson, armed robbery. Guess whose rap sheet that is? Eric Maldonado is textbook ganger scum. He belongs in prison. We just needed someone to help him get there. His father, Michael, didn't think twice about choosing Eddie's over his lowlife son.
Who's Hector Sacristan?
One of the Valentino's top men. Narco-millionaire, serial murderer. 2 years I've been after him. Eric Maldonado, he's the last domino. But if I want to use him, I need him behind bars.
So Eric's past justifies forging testimonies? Teach you that at law school?
This is the real world. You want justice, need to nudge it in the right direction.
Maldonado doesn't care about his son. He's scared Eric will find out it was his old man who snitched on him. Of course, I can make it so that never happens.
I'm listening.
Why don't you watch Michael's testimony first? Witness the truth yourself.
No. No. She's gonna sway my choices.
Final question. On May 16th of last year, Eric Maldonado contacted you by holocall. During your conversation, he admitted that Hector Sacristan shot and killed Marcos Ferreira. He also stated that Sacristan ordered Ferreira's body to be dumped in the Coronado Bay. Can you confirm this is what Eric told you?
Yes. Yes, I confirm.
Excellent, thank you. That will be all. Michael didn't bat an eye when he accepted payment for that testimony.
Real entrepreneur.
I'll cut right to the chase. I'm offering to anonymize Michael's testimony. Eric will never be the wiser.
And if I refuse?
Wouldn't advise it. Wouldn't be, safe for you.
Mike hired me to do a job. Intend to see it through. Besides, I think you're full of shit.
Full of shit, me? I just showed you proof.
Showed me one piece that fits your narrative. Not nearly enough. The testimony. Now.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Let's try this in a language you'll understand. Hank?
Oh, you're gonna make me murder you?
Want you to stop and think, Hank. About how many years you have left till you retire. About how I could speed that up. Dealt with far worse than the likes of you. Compared to them, getting rid of you would be like swatting a fly.
Actually, I would kill you so easy.
Hey, Georgina. Really don't feel like dying today. Not over some piss-ass testimony.
Really, Hank? You and I need to have a talk later.
We ain't talking about nothing.
There. Deleted and gone.
Preem. Thanks.
Is it though? Did I really just protect a bad dad?
We're done. Now leave.
Fuck you. Yes, I'll be taking all of that and selling it. Thank you. And when I played this part before, I was like so motion sick. Oh, chat, I forgot to... Okay. I can go in here now. Yeah, you guys want to come out?
You didn't sign up for this shit.
Anything is going. Hip firing that and getting criticals is honestly bad. No, give me my gun back. Oh my gosh. And like the music playing in the background is like people are getting murdered all the time. It's hilarious. What the fuck, bitch? I gotta fight all you hoes? I'm also gonna not try to play like I'm in like the most intense fucking situations. Because I watched some of my gameplay back and I was like, holy fuck, I'm playing so cringe.
Come on! Come on!
You really want to run up on me? I don't like that. I don't like people running up on me. It makes me nervous.
What more do you need to take this asshole down? Clean it up, now! Got a shit from a concerned civilian. Head over there and do what y'all gotta do.
Oh, shit. Escape the crime scene. Oh shit, did I? I did it, I did it, I did it, I did it.
What the fuck's going on? Waiting on a sig.
Whoa, buddy. Leave me alone, Fox. Leave me alone. Leave Britney alone. Bring me alone.
What the hell you want, Reed?
You're a disappointment, V. To me, to Saul. We could have helped her. We, together.
It was her choice, Saul.
Reed called me.
You're helping a traitor who took a potentially lethal swipe at the NUS
Okay, I don't
president's
care
life.
about the NUS president, bro.
Song just wants to fly free, man. Leave her alone. No more tragedies.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What just happened to my
This
car?
isn't something you and I can settle anymore. Songbird's gone to war, taking on our own country. We, the FIA, we're gonna find you two. You have exactly nowhere to run, V.
Forget already. Us fleeing, leaving you in the dirt.
True. I don't have eyes on you. We'll see each other soon. Oh, yes, we will. And I'll expect you to mend your ways then.
Reed, shut up, bro.
Jeez, thanks for the heads up.
Remember, you've taken responsibility for her. When we find you, when, it's not gonna be about whatever deal you two think you made.
Yeah, I like that car. Driving that car is fun. Okay. What if they're going away?
V, how'd it go?
Don't make me
Am I
regret this,
finally gonna
man.
get a good night's sleep?
It's done. Testimony's
Oh
gone
no,
for
my
good.
game is stuttering so bad.
That's a weight off my
I hope it
shoulders.
doesn't choke and die on me.
That's live money right there.
Go on. Pay me with the eddies you got for selling your son down the river.
Hi. Oh, shit.
Count yourself lucky you've only got me to deal with, Mikey.
Just go.
Just to find out that he fucking...
Oh, yeah?
Wait, you can play all these? I can't play the race car one. That's the only one I want to play.
I spoke to Mr. Maldonado. He was most satisfied with your work. A job well done.
Mr. Hands, who
Truly,
are you
you
even?
didn't have to make such a mess at the Heavy Hearts. A place near and dear to my own. You see, I intended to award you a little bonus, but I'm redirecting them to grease the hands of
Okay,
Hanson's men.
wow, I don't know what to tell you.
You are the master of your emotions, V.
I didn't get emotional. I just didn't know how to... Dude, I got caught by that guy, and I had to fight them all. How's that my
Parade will
fault?
soon start. I will wait where we met before.
By the stalls. Just stay out of trouble, okay?
Feels like it's like stuttering a little bit. Okay, so let's go to this parade.
Is alive and well. How the fuck you turn this thing off?
My game is struggling, chat. My poor graphics card is struggling.
Ay, papi, es que esta cosa se está poniendo bien candente. 106.
I kind of want to change my outfit. And dang, I got a lot of stuff on me. Holy crap. Oh, that's my storage. Thank God. Ooh, what is that? I like it. Ooh, the guns in this game are good, dude. They're fun. Okay, so... Damn, dude, I gotta work tomorrow. I'm so sick. This fucking sucks. I'm honestly gonna probably stream pretty late tonight because I don't gotta get up. You gotta figure out food though, you guys. I should just get it delivered, so I don't leave. You chasing me? Uh-oh. Did I just lose my stream? Oh, guys. I don't know what's happening. Okay, so I'm gonna break one of my. I am going to go ahead and continue with the no. I'm gonna go to this parade. God, I really shouldn't. I don't feel like I'm ready for this at all. Oh, God, but I am. Thank you. MILF card makes me laugh every time. I'm gonna go to this parade. I should be okay. We'll see. I have a feeling enough to fight a fuck ton of guys. Like, it's the parade that Hanako is gonna be at, and Ota, and Adam Smash. Bro? Oh, I don't know, actually. I'm gonna save right before. No, dude. Adam Smasher's gonna be there because that's, Yorinobu's fucking bodyguard. You guys. You guys. I'm scared. I'm actually legitimately scared.
Hey, B. Ready for this?
Wait, what the fuck just happened?
You sound so hot. Sure you're all right?
Quite. It is what it is.
Okay. Should I be worried?
Won't help if you do. Just do your part. Grabbed us a ride. I'm parked. Sending you the cords.
Fuck, I was watching
Join you
this.
soon.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Songbird actually saved me because I was not trying to do this. I'm not trying to fight Adam Smasher right now. I mean, I don't know that I have to, but like something deep down tells me that if I'm going to, I don't know, the parade in Japantown with, I don't know, Hanako, who I don't know is Yorinobu's sister and heir to Arasaka, something tells me I might run into Adam Smasher. Something also tells me there's no fucking way I'm ready to do that right now. Fuck that. Songbird, I'm on the way. We're gonna hang out with you. Now, I'm not sure that I have to fight him again. I might not have to fight him at the parade. I'm just saying. I don't want to fight him in this outfit. I don't fight him. Parkour. I love a rainy city street, man. I love a rainy city street. Where am I? Immediately nervous. Immediately nervous.
You look pretty,
The senses are going. Seeing dark spots. It's hard to breathe.
Wanna help? Tell me how.
Does it look good?
What the hell took so long?
Came as fast as I could.
Pain made it seem like forever to me. Anything specific keep you?
Why is she asking?
What's the matter? So? What now?
Let's roll.
Seems you've got a plan after all.
Is she driving the car?
And it relies heavily, if not wholly, on you.
Oh, it's
Black
autopilot.
Clinic. Remember? It's on
Fucking
Luna.
idiot.
Got a flight all lined up to get me there.
What?
Wow. Quite the coup.
Kushmu. It's my last resort. In all likelihood,
This is my
I'll
last
serve as their
resort.
lab rat once there. AI's within the neural matrix. They're going to extract it. Create a prototype cure for us. I'll contact you. As soon as they're ready for us both. I promise.
Well, I'll be awaiting word.
I don't trust her at all.
So, space
I did help her,
flight
yes, but
means
it's not because I
spaceport.
trust her. It's so bad for her.
NCX. It's where we're heading. Now, I can't just stride in. I draw attention from who knows who in my condition. So you'll stride in. Then head to the Tycho terminal. Find a side door to open for me. Tycho terminal's being renovated. So not many bodies. Lots of cover. Also minimal security, probably. Can't ignore that factor.
Think you'll have the strength to net run?
Full-on net running. Maybe via your personal.
You better
All
help
this
me.
shit's too much. Damn, V. I've wronged so many. Hurt so many. Can't help wondering if it's even avoidable. You know? Hurting others?
Think not. No way.
With you on that.
Of course you are, and you're gonna hurt me, bitch.
Boots or feet?
Relax.
Reed.
Is Reed like trying to find her or what?
V.
Yeah.
I don't want to die. Can't help but regret.
I'm so swollen from like being sick, you guys. It's insane.
Help me.
Like my face.
Ditch this town.
Meds are kicking in. You're all right.
We shouldn't linger. Grab the wheel. Could you?
Let me scan you. Need to know how you're doing. The state you're in.
Whatever you want.
It's not like anything would be like... It's not like she would be good enough to hide what she didn't want me to know, so...
Shit. This isn't right. Degen's fast. Too fast for any known pathogen. Metastasis spreading straight from the brain. Said Tycho Terminal's closed for refurbishment. Sure you can fly out of there in spite?
Got a one-way ticket. From someone who follows their own rules.
You've had shit luck with partners lately.
Till you came along. Working out kinda okay.
Try and rest up.
Translunar support. Wait. No, because we just watched the lore about this, about how they made it to Mars and stuff. I think we're obviously going to the moon, but like all this space exploration, we just learned about some of the lore for that. That is so cool, chat.
Steel yourself. We'll be pulling in.
What is it gonna be like, chat?
Thinking back to that first contact you made? We've come a long way.
Haven't quite reached this end yet.
When you were sky high. Is he eating the moon? Secure your soul. Exclusive experience. Whoa.
Obviously, you can't be packing when you go in. Standard spaceport security. Leave your iron with me. I'll have it when we meet up again.
Maybe I mask up. I mean, Reed does know my face.
If I tag you by the tech sig as you went through security, it's their gear. They'd finger it anywhere.
So what's your super spy secret for being invisible? Moving on the sly?
Just act normal, like any other passenger. Don't stop and talk, make eye contact, linger or look aimless. You have a terminal and a gate to get to.
Oh, fuck. Flashback coming in hard. Konpeki Plaza heist.
Banish that shit. You're better than you were. Armed or not, you'll manage. So again, Tycho Terminal. Get there unnoticed by anyone who matters. Eyes peeled for orbital air guards especially. We can't know what they'll be watching for.
Join up
Oh
soon.
my god, chat. Oh, there's a kitty climbing outside the window.
Hey, V.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, I
Thanks.
could definitely use
Could probably
the
use
luck.
it.
She looks like fucking shit, by the way.
Okay, on the ports net.
And this thing is so
Clear up
sexy.
bogies. Danik and Cyber.
Oh, you guys, I don't know what to do here.
Orbital Air welcomes you to NCX, Night City International and Translunar. You certainly can't fly. Orbital Air certainly can.
Well, in Edge Runners, she does go to, wait, can't I use that, can't I use that, this, bro?
Arrivals will cancel too. All of them.
Why can't I?
Unbelievable.
I mean, I know they said the mask would attack me anyway, but it doesn't
Renovations, yes.
hurt to be
I
extra
am going
cautious.
to lose my shit. I spent the last week.
You remember in Edge Runners when what's her name, Lucy? She goes to the moon, but she has to go alone.
You need to stay calm, sir. I firmly protest. You've no right to power down my implants.
Get through that goddamn gate, will you?
The Mr. Stud does not
Sorry,
qualify as a weapon.
Songbird. It's boring.
I'll pay you.
I'm gonna
Scans all good. Orbital Air thanks you for your cooperation and your patience. Welcome to Night City International and Translunar, your gateway to the world and the stars. I need to temporarily power down any unauthorized implants, personal link, and the panel, please.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Please just do as instructed.
Attention all passengers. NCX rules and regulations stipulate that all implants must be deactivated
Please
before
just do
entering
as
the
instructed.
main terminal building. Thank you for your cooperation.
stressing yourself out trying to find a message. Oh, same. I was doing it. Oh, well, smart. Oh, I didn't realize it. Oh, good job. It's hard. You'll get better. Don't worry. It'll get easier.
Please, just do as instructed.
Right. Of course.
Dude, what if I wasn't supposed to do that?
Chill. Draw no attention.
Sorry, guys. My mom needed some help, and she comes first.
Implant power down, complete. For biometric ID authentication, please look at the camera.
Wait! Don't yet! Buy me some time. Need to link your metrics to a fake profile.
Which cam would that be?
That one.
I'm not sure what you want me to do.
Look at the camera, please. It'll be over in a few seconds.
Attention all passengers. Smoking,
All set.
possession of alcohol
Go ahead. Do it.
and use of mind-altering substances is prohibited on this.
I feel like if anyone can get me through security, Songbird can, you know?
Scans all good. Over to there. Thanks you for your cooperation and your patience.
Okay, now you need to let me in.
You guys see, like, if Lucy went to the moon, this is probably how she went in Edge
Opening
Runners.
ceremony, like coverage.
Like, this is how she got there, probably.
Games start in a
Do you
few
know
hours.
how cool that is? You get to watch a show and then go do the things that the people on that show would have
Passengers
done.
are entitled to a refund of their ticket price.
Ticket price. Are you shitting me? Try millions in damages when we sue.
Wanna calm down?
Welcome to Night City International.
You bitch! Left my marriage in shambles. Now you're gonna parade your
Okay,
ass in
trips
front
me
of my
how
face?
like the NPCs like stare
Get
at me
out of
if you
my
stare
life
at them.
and stay the fuck away from Pepe.
Ooh, who's Pepe? What happened?
Sheesh, look at these sheep. Bah, bah.
Johnny Silverhand, of course.
What about him?
Firefight could break out any second. They're none the wiser. Think. You're standing there, imagining the preem boobs they're gonna glue on you out in orbit. Next thing you know, the panicked herds trampling you.
Same thought you had at Arasaka Tower as you pulled the pin on the bomb.
Careful. I can sting too.
Got some work to finish. Come on.
Oh God. Why are there hella... You guys hear the sounds? It feels so alive. It feels so alive. In the, like, it feels so alive. Okay, there's a lot of beds here. Like, I'm gonna have to fight a lot of people.
What's with these men?
The mechs are fine. It's the auto dock that's poor.
Shut down triggering when the
Is that a
alarm goes
mech?
off, right?
Okay.
Should be. Hand me the torps.
Two mechs. Okay.
OMG. Best birthday ever.
Toads. I mean, Lizzie and Crystal Palace. Must have been saving up some
So sorry. But we've encountered a bit of a delay. Board...
Oh, they deactivate your combat implants? What the fuck am I gonna do when I have to fight everybody in this?
We'll begin soon.
You guys, that's not good.
This flight. It's always like this. Why don't you change the schedule?
Sorry, off limits. Staff only elevator.
Attention all passengers. Any unattended luggage is subject to immediate disposal.
Motherfucker. I got FIA agents on the OA. They breached.
Detection by orbital security. Means a brawl, I say.
No chance of detection. Our people are the best. Invisible to me, too. I didn't know what to look for.
Our people, huh?
Just hurry the hell up.
Oh girl, how am I supposed to hurry up? I don't know what the fuck to do. You goofy. Damn.
Orbital's network traffic's looking itchy. Not liking this.
Okay. In human terms?
They're watching you. Do nothing even remotely sus.
Well, I'm in their fucking... This is pretty sus. But I'm here and we're gonna do it. Where is this gonna put me? Back where I was?
Tycho terminal now. Where do I go for that side or back door?
Minor clusterfuck. Forget back and side doors. We need a new plan.
What the hell's up, Song?
I had to skedaddle. Orbital security started sniffing around the van.
Fuck.
God damn it.
Got it. Let's try the roof. Construction site elevator.
Roger
Find
that.
it.
Holy crap, that's weird. I have to go the other way. I don't want to kill him, dude. Are there security cameras anywhere? He's coming this way. Bitch, he's coming this way. Wait, hold on. Who are you? Ban you.
on Hollow. Yeah. Bravo. Hmm?
We made it, chat. We fucking made it. We fucking made it. Oh, shit.
Okay. What? Where now?
Now we get creative.
Need deeds.
I managed to reach the roof. Lower the... Need your help to climb higher and join you.
Shape you're in. Can't possibly hope to walk a high wire.
It's 120, 30 feet. Doable.
Better look around.
See, I'm not sure how, like, the mechanic works. Like, I don't know how far they come.
She's chipped!
No way.
Move
This
it,
will
B.
hold the weight.
Scan the roof for something. I can hear you. You know that, right?
Useless, this. Rain's pouring.
Oh my. Place has a wicked vibe.
Fire hose. So me. Got an idea. Catch, Song! Let me know when you're ready.
In my heels.
Got it!
Grip it tight! Fuck!
Oh,
No. Gotcha. You're here. Here.
She made it.
Too fucking close. Next time? Just shouldn't be a next time. Not like this. V? V, what's with you?
You know, barely clinging on to life. Both of us.
I'm sorry.
Stop it. It'll be over soon. Thanks in no small part to you.
I don't trust her.
Your weapons.
Combat implants have been reactivated, chat. Combat implants have been reactivated. You know what this means. You know what this means. We're about to get active. We're about to get active. We're about to get disrespectful, if you would.
No gun, no fun.
No gun, no fun. Copy that. Oh my god, you guys, you're not gonna believe what happened.
Hold up.
What is it?
Catching a radio sig.
Oh,
shit. Encrypted channel.
Look at her chrome, you guys. Look at
Giving it a shot.
Songbird's chrome.
Need to move on quietly, V. Another fuck up and we're done for.
Hey, did what I could.
Have to try harder. Sly and smooth.
Oh, I'm scared. Immediately
This
scared.
way.
Oh, this doesn't look good. No. This doesn't look good immediately. Immediately, no. Immediately, no. Immediately, no. Oh my god, chat. Bald spot. Okay. Let's go. Fuck.
Oh shit.
Oh
Sigs.
god.
An NUS.
No.
Myers.
Incoming. 45.
45 seconds?
Quick.
Fuck me. FIA will find us. Reed said so.
Hasn't yet. Let's keep it that way. Fuck. She's on board. They're gonna land. Get it open.
We gotta get you to the
Get
moon,
inside.
girl. Okay, I accidentally
Grab
watched this
control of the
cartridge in the
van.
washer earlier.
Grab one of the blades.
You think it'll still work?
Squeeze through.
Okay.
And U.S. combat choppers buzzing the free city of NC. Shit's heating up.
NCX is not technically part of NC. Exterritorial. Neutral zone. This is Myers basically blowing off international law and agreements.
Like someone else we know? Like someone else we know?
Got a light ahead. Security. Hold up.
Look at her chrome, dude. Look at her chrome, dude. It's sick. I feel bad for her. Because she's basically used by the government, but look at her chrome.
Okay,
That's
move
billions.
now. Alert now. Eyes
It's
and
gotta
ears.
be. It's gotta be. Maybe millions dollars worth? Because she was military. She was the president's netrunner.
Madam President,
Special Agent Reed.
we've confirmed V's presence here at NCX.
FIA must have been on you since you went through security.
And so me?
Move. Go. They're gonna spot us.
Probably too weak to get around on her own. Most likely she's waiting somewhere, concealed.
Most likely just doesn't cut it. Does Orbital Air know the stakes?
They triggered the alarm but failed to find V.
And our agents?
Cover's been blown on a handful. OA won't get a word out of them. I guarantee it. Those still undercover are looking for Songbird.
We'll talk about operational errors later.
They all see me.
Asking for help never was your strong suit. So I
Okay, let me out
decided for
now.
you and brought
I don't want to
support.
stay here. Let me out.
Everything under control.
No, Saul. You lost control way back. It's time you acknowledge that.
Ah, Rosalind Myers, the true face. Fuck the one on her billboards.
I know you care about the girl. Like her. You recruited her, trained her. I get that you want to protect her. But your duty, first and foremost, is to your country.
Songbird made her choice. Now she needs to learn what the consequences are.
There's one more thing, Saul. The project she was part of stays well under wraps. None of it leaks.
This is bad. Really bad.
If our little bird lands in the wrong hands, I don't want to think what will happen.
All that. We're the only ones privy.
It would destroy the NUS. It's not a risk I'm willing to take.
We're on the same page. No risks. That's how it'll be.
Do you hear that?
Just so you know, this isn't any easier for me, Reed. I liked the girl, trusted her. But with some choices, there's no way back.
Choices? Yours or hers?
Say again?
You heard me. No matter. I know what I have to do, and I'll do it.
I authorize you to take any and all necessary action. Just try not to shoot her in the head.
Might have expected as much.
What are our orders, sir?
You heard her.
Yes, sir.
We are fucked. Every which way possible.
Relax. I'm here and staying. They're not getting you.
You
It
don't
works,
know her.
chat.
I mean, to satisfy her lust for revenge, she'd pull me out of hell. Let's ghost. Civilians are being evacuated.
Prepping to blow in here with all they got.
Okay. Back to the terminal now.
Need to delta through fast
gonna get
before
real
all hell
hot.
breaks loose.
Train right to the launch pad. That's all. Just need to blast to the Tycho terminal first. Myers assault team. Shit show's starting. NUSA versus Orbital Air. Hope the fuckers bleed each other out.
She's hiding! Scared!
Flank attack!
I didn't equip my shit yet? You're joking. Oh wait, I gotta change this too. I mean, you can't go wrong with frag, honestly. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Damn!
Not quite done yet. Don't get killed.
I'm not gonna get killed, just keep moving. What am I supposed to be doing here? This is so confusing. Girl, get in. It took that long for it to give me departures? That's insane. You see how long it took for that button to populate? That's absolutely diabolically crazy to me. Like, there's no way. There's simply no way. There's no fucking way, dog.
Heads up.
It's very weird. It's very weird vibes.
Hair's breadth, that. Doubt they spotted us.
V, if that chopper gets a lock on us, we'll be as good as dead.
Her cyberware is like the coolest cyberware ever. I love it so much.
No peeps. Take point.
Where are we, chat?
Are we good?
All clear.
I mean, who knows if we're clear? I haven't had a chance to check everything. Oh no, those are the nice ladies from earlier. That sucks. All these fucking innocent people dying is crazy.
It's spinning. Hang for a sec.
It's actually so sad.
Could take a look at your chrome.
That's so
Is
sad,
that even
child.
safe?
Most of your sub-assemblies, I'm familiar. Could run auto diagnostics, grant you access to your BIOS.
Access to the BIOS.
Got a readout. I can
I
overclock
hate
the
ever dealing
compensators.
with the BIOS, by the way.
Hope they
I
can take
never do it. Ugh.
It was gonna be different, all this. Smoother. But the goal's what counts, right? Not far off.
One thing you forgot to tell me. Who got you this flight?
Funny thing is, I don't know. Proxy showed up. A corpo everyman for the ages. Expensive, understated suit, dark hair, blue eyes. He asked me questions. The kind only I know the answers to.
Wait, what?
Blackwell. That the issue?
And other things. Rather not talk about it. Just don't judge me, okay?
I mean, I'm gonna judge you, bitch.
Ever tell you I think troubles just
I'm
gravitate
sorry, I'm
your
gonna
way?
judge you.
Like stink to a monkey, I swear.
Hidden talent, I say. Let's get our shit together. Come on. Help me out, can you?
Yes, I can, friend.
Looking a little better.
Yes, I can.
You mean that?
I feel bad. Poor girl's fucked up.
Shit, watch out! Find cover
Of
now!
course, bro. Of course.
Stop firing! Move it! Move it!
What's with this?
Not opening! There! Quick!
Me going the whole ass the wrong way is hilarious. Whoa, what the fuck is happening?
Stop firing! Move it! Move it!
Grenade! Take cover! That's what I'm talking about!
Focus, Song!
Hey, wait for me!
Hurry the hell up!
Big as hell. He only has tier 2 components for being that fucking big.
You alive?
He only has tier
Think
2
so?
components for being that big.
the
Get the
train now.
fuck out of here.
Straight to the launch pad.
It's insane to be. Is my pizza here? I'm hella hungry. No, it's not.
Control tower now, V. I'll bring a train in. Take point. You never know. Watch out!
Shit! Trap!
Fuck out of here.
Get out of sight!
Hit on target!
Neutralize all these fuckers, V. They're in our way. To the tower, damn it!
Cover me!
might be out of my scope here, y'all.
Target closing!
Oh my god, I don't have any fucking... Who's on my 6? Oh my god. Okay. I'm good. At least if I funneled them this way, they'd be forced to get the nade straight to the dome. I don't know why I'm panicking. I'm actually like very much equipped for this as far as hardware goes and whatnot. So unnecessary. Defeat all the things.
Last one! All clear! Did you get hit?
I'm okay. Okay. Flight control tower. Heading there. Got a train to bring you to the station.
I bet this shit was so OP hard to do when the game first launched, dude. Oh my god, I can't even imagine how shit.
I'll fire up the control panel.
How hard
Bring
that
the train in.
shit probably was.
What do you want me to do?
Watch my comfort zone. Keep it clear.
Of Myers' minions. Sure.
Let's do this.
Good luck, Sung.
Concentrate your mind! Shoot to kill!
I didn't mean to leave the building. How many motherfuckers are there? What a baddie. I really just kind of like heal time until my nades like cool down. And then, because the nades are OP as fuck. Also, my revolver is pretty OP as fuck too. Big surprise for you, ugly. You want to talk about mother?
How is it? Any minute now?
She's in there like net running for her life. That's her right now. Whoa. I cannot fucking die right now. Pause. Absolutely pause. Pause. Calm down. Let's calm down. Do you see how close I got to dying? I'd be so annoyed if I die right now. I cannot let them get a hit on me because they are offensive. Like, their shit hurts, dude. Oh my gosh. Their fucking bullets are hurting. And my cooldown is not ready yet. I need consumables. The fact that I've done this off of no consumables is actually suicide. Like, it's actual suicide. Is being the worst. Dude, how long are you gonna make me fucking survive? This has got to be the fucking final fight, dude. Because this shit's been going on for like 10 minutes. There's no way that's necessary. Girl, I'm dying. The train better be on the fucking way. I'm about to die, you dumbass. Fuck, dude. Oh my fucking god. There's no way, dude.
Shit! You alright?
Had a little luck. Can't last long.
Is she gonna die?
We're fucked, you know? I have to drop past the wall. No other way.
Neural bridge.
Oh, no, dude,
Let's go.
we're about to die.
You're back up.
We're for real about to die.
Always can use a proxy. Ready for this?
Fire it up.
No, I'm not ready to fucking die for you. The blade going right above my leg is absolutely insane.
Sung, you okay? Let me help. Lean on me. Got a train to catch.
Fuck, that hurts.
It's God, I know. So me, but you killed it. Saved our asses.
I think my shit's never gonna get here, bro.
Me. You hear that?
It's the Black Hole. No fear, son. Right here with you.
I don't think we're gonna survive this.
World entirely new.
I don't think we are supposed to be able to do this.
A riddle. Wrapped in a mystery.
There you go.
I don't know about any of this.
Launch pad soon. Finally. Still with me? Holding up? What do you think? Final stretch?
She's not
Worst
doing
behind
good,
us.
chat.
As I see it, the worst is always what was, not what'll be.
An optimist analyst. How the hell did you ever hold down your job?
No, literally.
Proper work-life balance. And separation.
I like her jacket.
Listen to the hum. Wish I could fall asleep.
She does not look...
Never to wake again.
It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
Hey, don't you doze off on me.
She's like, I'm tired.
Read.
And rightfully so, bro. Rightfully so.
Same damn nightmare. About that same damn train. Him dying because of what I did.
Could be Reed's having the same nightmares. Heard it all already from him.
He put his trust in you. For a time. Trust we then boldly betrayed.
Well, Johnny'd be blunt, if not downright crude. I'll just say, betraying a friend, nothing worse.
That's real.
I regret it. I do. But can't turn back time. I'd like to just forget.
There's no escaping remorse. Song?
Reed's not the only one I've betrayed.
What do you mean, Song?
Neural Matrix V can only be used once.
And I knew I shouldn't have trusted her.
It's a captive AI from beyond the wall. Relies on continuous evolution to exist. I'll free it and end the process. It'll then execute my commands and disintegrate irretrievably.
Couldn't just tell me the truth, Song?
Needed you to help me. Needed to be sure you would.
You fucking serious?
I think I'm gonna die soon.
You probably are. You probably are going
regret
to.
Wasn't honest with you. I'm sorry.
Shit. Flat out tricked me. Not a lie. I can forgive.
She doesn't give a fuck, by the way.
Song?
She's like, I got what I needed, so you can forgive me or not.
Hot diggity fuck. Color me impressed. Bird took everyone for a ride. Myers, Hanson, Reed, you.
Not the first time somebody screwed me sideways. Still think I can walk, though.
Your attitude to what life sends your way. So touching sometimes. Woman did you hard and rough, though. Got the right to feel rage, want to rip her head off. But she stuck it out to the very end. That commands respect.
Fuck all that. Thing is, you and me are back at square one. Still have that problem. Finding some way to save ourselves.
Could always call Reed on the HELLLLOOO.
Think he'd kill me.
Damn, globe-sized ego, V. You mean zilch to him. Just one person he's gunning for. Well, nice to drop in and shoot some shit, V. High time you woke her, though.
Hey, Sung? Almost there. Clearly, need some help. Nearly there.
I was low-key gonna just leave her there, but I'm like, no, let me not.
Ends in sight.
The music is like so haunting, dude.
One more.
Bro, what just happened?
Wakey, wakey. End of the line. Come on. Time to go.
So you pick her up anyway. You help her no matter what. That's why these games are kind of confusing, because it feels like they go one way, but they really just... It doesn't matter what you choose. This fucking game, dude.
Fucking hell.
Stop there.
Look. Look. Putting her down.
Go now. So, what do you want to do?
Reed, she's fucking dying.
I see 2 near corpses with a death wish. Your fault alone if she kicks it.
Right, because you and Myers had no hand in this shit.
That is all that awaits her on the moon. You want to save her? Leave her to me.
Back on the roof, Myers ordered her killed. You didn't protest.
He didn't give a fuck. He was like, kill him.
Every last word.
The situation's changed. Just leave Songbird to me. I can still help her.
You guys, I don't know what to do. Like, is that what we want to do?
That biz 7 years ago? Song followed Myers' order, then never forgave herself for it. It'll be the same for you. Remorse to the end of your days.
But this ain't about Song anymore, V. No, this is about her not sparking another war. I'm taking Songbird to Washington. She'll answer for treason. She has to. Need to...
You're right. Song's curb stomped everyone to get what she wants. Condemned me to death.
Let me guess. She promised. Then she didn't deliver.
Care about me that much? Out of nowhere?
Bullshit.
Myers owes you her life. And she pays her debts.
Just one dose.
What's
one
gonna
instance
happen,
if the cure exists. Song decided to keep it, but...
I see. So Songbird for me, One dose for you.
Need the cure and the rippers who know how to use it. Mention contacts in Europe. Personal ones.
One more step and you're dead. They'll pull the data for you, then operate. Do we have a deal?
Say I survive. What happens to Song, dare I ask?
We'll do our damnedest to stop the Blackwall degeneration. Look for other ways.
Myers wants Song dead. Condemned her already.
Myers couldn't let her escape. If we get her, alive, have her in our hands, the NUSA will be safe. Songbird will live.
How am I to know your people will recover the neural matrix? Any guarantee?
I can't pretend to know this shit inside out.
My dinner's
Remember,
here,
though,
thank God.
Sinoshore's Altec.
Okay, on this playthrough, I'll stay like loyal to my original, but next time I'm gonna betray the fuck out
Not
of
giving
her.
her up, so no.
Wait. Bruh, what the fuck? I can't, I couldn't use my quick hacks? They never tell you that you can't use your quick hacks, bro?
Wakey, wakey. End of the
I have to do
line.
this whole thing all over again. It's so annoying,
Come
dog.
on. Time to go.
I'm about to eat. I'm about to eat. I don't got time for this. I'm literally about to eat. I'm about to eat. And I'll watch more, we'll watch more lore when I eat, because I can't play this and eat. I will say I hate when a game forces you to walk. Like, I could run, bro. Be fulfilled.
Fucking hell.
Stop there. One more.
You're joking. They completely Who was that? There was somebody in the peripheral right
Hey,
now.
Song? Almost there.
Should I betray her? Or should I save her?
Clearly, need some help.
Since I have so many options, since I've had so many tries to figure it out. You know, her story is pretty sad, you know, because
fucking hell.
Stop there.
Don't come any closer.
Move an inch and I'll kill you, V. I will.
Fuck off. For all time.
Final warning. Told you to stop.
wait, I'm so confused, dude. I wasn't walking forward. Okay, this is gonna start irritating me. No, this is gonna start irritating me because 4 tries, nothing has taken me 4 tries in this game so far. Nothing. Nothing has taken me 4 tries. There's no way, dog. Hold on.
Wakey, wakey. And
I just want to eat my pizza. I just want to eat my pizza.
Come on. Time to go.
Ain't no way 4 tries, dog. I'm just gonna shoot his ass. I'm getting impatient. I didn't even eat my edibles. I don't think I'm going to. It's already 10 p.m. If I eat them, I'm not gonna feel till like 11. I'll be up until like 1. I gotta be at work at 8. I also think I have to end stream and restart, guys, because I'm gonna stream until probably like midnight, but like I think I need to end it because I keep on losing bitrate.
Stop there.
Look. Look. Putting her down.
Holy shanoli.
Slow down. So, what do you want to do?
You're not taking her anywhere.
Spare me the quote straight out of Bushido 10. Look at her, V. Be serious. You want to send her to the moon? Our neurosurgeons are her only chance.
Back on the roof, Myers ordered her killed. You didn't protest.
You heard it.
Every last word.
The situation's changed. Just leave Songbird to me. I can still help her.
Not giving her up, Saul. No. Fuck.
You had no choice. But your friend there will join Reed in the Beyond if you don't hurry your ass.
Okay, Johnny.
Time to send you on your way.
He's such a little asshole. Okay, you guys, so tell me, in my mic, can you hear all the background noise? Because I added filters that hopefully, like, suppresses that. Yay! So hopefully you could just hear me. We made it!
From here on out, you're on your own.
Oh my god, I'm so curious what happens to her on the moon, you guys.
Got my own shit to tend to. High time I did that.
Life support activated.
She's so pretty, Songbird.
Onboard computers in startup configuration. Warning system memory clear.
You might make it, might not. That just ain't my biz anymore.
That's right.
So many died. To save one life. Sure as hell hope it was worth it.
This shit was a ride. You guys, this was a ride.
Hatch locked and sealed. Internal power activated. Hydrogen pressure sufficient for takeoff. Automatic boot sequence initiated.
Well, no turning back now.
Minus 60 seconds. RS-25 main engine ignition.
Here we go.
First time I've ever launched a spacecraft. You?
Same, man. Same.
T-minus 50 seconds. Solid propellant engines burning. Spark igniters active.
You guys think, like, in the future, like, that's gonna be a norm? Like, people are just gonna be vacationing at the moon? And do you think that's likelihood? Like, a likelihood thing that happening?
She won't get far.
You doubt she's gonna make it?
No idea. But wherever she goes, her problems will follow.
Yep.
She's free. Slammed it home. She has just a bit of what I lacked entirely. Fucking luck.
Luck played no part in it, Johnny. You and her just wanted different things.
Really? So do tell. What was it I wanted so badly?
Plus, cheers. Did absolutely everything to please the crowd.
Ego-driven, Johnny.
Nah. Maybe. Guess I could have done more. Been different. Maybe. Could also be I was convinced I couldn't make it out alive. And maybe, just maybe that chick had great follow-through to the fucking end. And I lacked that last ounce of determination. Dunno.
See? Try a little, you get it. Not so hard, is it?
No thanks to you. Don't start thinking you deserve any credit.
Just watch the show, Johnny.
T0 liftoff.
Songbird makes it to the moon and Lucy makes it to the moon. This shit is crazy work.
Found out treasures are always lost. Pleasures and rage come back. I'm watching you.
Wait, there's no way I finished the game. That was just the expansion.
I think the time is right.
Okay, I gotta go get my pizza. I'm so hungry, I haven't eaten all day.
The blood is dry. It cries for more. So what are we waiting for? Wires and chains starting to fade. It feels like a game you have to play.
I don't know. Okay, so if you played Phantom Liberty, who did you choose? Did you choose Reed or Songbird?
Can't look into your eyes. Your twisted mind. It's dark, so dark. We ended.
Dude, there's no way I'm done with the game because I haven't even fucking met to talk to Mura yet.
It ends right here, right now. These
My pizza's hella cold.
you brought the end. Slide up the sky. You fade into wires and chains starting to fade.
Wait, are we seeing where Songbird is at right now? I think we're seeing something. We're seeing something.
You have to the days when it was good are gone. I'm trying to see what it was for.
That shit was crazy.
Where do we go from here?
Now, we wave bye-bye to your dreams of living a long, happy life.
Was never my dream. We're so realistic. We're still together, that's fine.
We'll see how the dice roll. And things ain't all bad, at any rate. Politicos and spies at war, us in the middle. We came out whole.
Sure, shit made some enemies, powerful ones, too. Myers will remember. Won't let it pass. No fucking way after you killed the most loyal of her hounds.
If another war breaks out, Reed'll just be the first to have fallen of so many.
Guy fought his own war for his rare ideals. Tombs like that, nobody remembers them. Nobody.
Need to shift focus now. To myself. My own path.
I'll say, fucking with NUSA plans, launching a half-dead cyborg into orbit, adds bricks to that edifice called legend. But clock's ticking, friend. You're dying.
Phantom
Gotta
Liberty
do
took me
something
a
about it.
while to do. It did, and that's okay. And I need fucking more pizza. Why not more? Welcome. Oh man, that whole situation was nuts, chap. The whole thing. That marinara sauce was not right. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It was not right. King of Wands takes Songbird to the stars. That is the achievement that I unlocked. Apparently. Okay. Oh, it looks like my stream has been more stable. Thank God, because I've been online for a while, so there's no reason why it shouldn't be stable by now. Oh, I left my fucking... Good job. Because why did I leave an Alani? I left the Alani in. I left the Alani in the freezer for like 3 hours, chat, and that shit did not explode. That's a Christmas miracle. Okay, what should we do now? Do I want to play some Apex? Do I want to play some... What do I want to do now? Do I want to go to bed? That might be the vibes. I really wanted to stream to TikTok, but it doesn't really let me do that. It totally messes up my internet connection when I try to stream to TikTok, which is weird. Dang, dude, the rest of that mission really took me a while. Oh, damn. Yeah, I think I'm losing my voice, chat, so I'm probably better off just going to bed because my voice is completely shot. And I can't even breathe in correctly without it sounding crazy too. It sucks. Let me see here. What's that? Oh my god. Put the fucking gun away. So some Cyberpunk, and I want to get back into aim labs and some Apex training because I miss that game so much and I have so much fun playing it. And it's one of the greatest games ever. Yes, I stand on 10 toes now on that. I was going to stream until like midnight, but honestly guys, my head is kind of like, I'm still sick and it sucks and it is what it is. But thankfully I did get that VOD and I got the footage for the Phantom Liberty playthrough, and I love that because I'm going to be able to add that and edit. You know what? That's what I'm going to do, chat. I'm going to edit some footage. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. So let's just exit this. Oh, well, I don't need to save it. It's gonna save that anyway. Probably auto-save, honestly. I'm gonna finish up some of the lore that we were watching earlier because that was super duper 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 good. And I'm gonna microwave my tea because that actually did help my throat earlier.
This war was all set up due to some dodgy business practices by MA and F, as they used the Rothstein to this year. BioWare finally became publicly available all around the world. However, considering how many wars were happening at this point in time, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. In 2017, the US went through yet another president as President Blair was voted in. However, for one individual named Elizabeth Kress, she was asked to become the vice president after having served a great career as the president of the Armaments Corporation
And for the record,
Militech.
personally, I think the Phantom Liberty expansion was super fun. I think it was pretty good.
Well, as it seemed like the US was under some good leadership.
It does a really good job at
This
making you
government
feel
also
like you don't know
helped NASA in their
confidently like,
space
which
mission
side to
during
pick.
2017
And that's
of trying to reach Mars to potentially one day set
it would be
up a
boring if
colony
it didn't do
there. Maybe
that.
this was an
And
act
I hate to say
counter
it.
Euro-Soviet space
I mean, it
missions,
does give you
which
this
had already
feeling of
been a
being like
major
feeling
success
like
a
you
few
kind of
years
didn't do
before.
the best
With that said,
thing no
Europe
matter
was
what
still
you
having
choose, but
problems,
that's just how it
specifically
is. You're
within
gonna
the UK
you're gonna
once
feel that way
again.
no matter
Things would
what.
seem like they were going terribly
That's what I learned
for them,
about
as the Thames
Cyberpunk.
flood
You're gonna
barrier
feel
would
that
be
way
bombed,
probably
causing
no matter
major
what.
flooding building within London, most likely caused by the Scottish Nationalist Rebellion. With that said, however, the MLA's rule coming to an end thanks to this open rebellion, and mainly due to the fact that no one seemed to like them anymore. With them losing power, martial law officially came to an end and the monarchy was re-established. But without Charles III and his family line available, the next in line to the throne was Princess Beatrice, who had been living within Texas since the 1990s. Returning back to Britain in 2017, Princess Beatrice was named as the new queen and took the title of Victoria II as she led protests against the MLA and saw their inevitable downfall. The UK seemed to be back to the way it was. The people celebrated the new queen, and the corporations who once avoided the country were coming back to it and started demanding the country have a laissez-faire style of government. As the new government was set up, a new tunnel was constructed going from the UK all the way to northern Africa, with the former British colony of Gibraltar being turned into a gigantic waypoint for people and goods. The British also gained a new military force consisting of privatised armed forces that was said to be some of the best. The British people, regular chants of "we are back to the good old days" were being heard all over the land, apart from maybe Scotland, who was still in conflict with England until 2018, but quite honestly, who cares? Out within Africa, however, Arasaka had located some precious resources buried below the surface, believing them to be theirs for the taking. The corporation would move in to grab it, only to then find that Militech were there to defend the land and population from their takeover. After thinking about taking on Militech, Arasaka eventually saw reason and pulled out of the land. However, this didn't last long at all, because as soon as they got back to their base, the Arasaka corporation would just go on to buy the land from the natives anyway and keep the resources for themselves, leaving Militech with nothing they could do. Whilst the world's politics seemed to be creating new treaties and going back to a form of normality, the nomad clans of the US realized they needed a platform in which they could come together to help their societies and to help them go forward into the future. With this, 7 nomad clans would come together to make a loud voice so they could be heard by other nations of the world. This would go on to create the 7 nations, which would consist of the nomad clans of the Snake Nation, the Aldecados, Blood Nation, Folk Nation, the Jodes, Thalas Nation, and the Nomad Corporation hybrid, Metacorp. Together as one, this would give the nomads far more credibility, allowing more people to join them knowing they were set up as their own unique nation, and would also help them gain more contracts in their process, leading to a new bright future for anyone wanting to break away from the traditional nations and instead go full on nomad. By 2018, more space launches were happening, with the Eurospace Agency looking even further out at the planet of Jupiter and would launch its first manned ship towards it to see if they could set up a base there or in its orbit. For Sov Oil, they would also send up some ships to try to get to Mars to build up a colony or base there, allowing them to expand their corporation even further and maybe start mining for precious resources out there. Down on Earth though, wars were still waging amongst the nations of Europe as Czechoslovakia would go on to launch a brutal attack on Poland. At the same time, Romania would also go on to invade Bulgaria, and out within Greece, they would go on to annex Macedonia with the help of Albania. But quickly, in response to this, thanks to the many different treaties going on at this time, Serbia would hit back and invade Albania for themselves, really going to show that nothing was learnt at all from World War II or the wars following it. And still, all of these nations were desperate for more land and resources to help them prosper. Over in the US in 2018, President Blair would become extremely ill and would tragically die in duty. This would leave the country in the hands of Elizabeth Kress, who would be brought into office in 2019 as the next president of the US, and would be so popular with the public that eventually would go on to be the longest serving president the US had ever had. Her popularity rating went up even further as the NASA mission to Mars was a massive success, and finally they could look at colonizing the Red Planet. However, in another part of space within 2019, massive revolts were going on within the space colonies. Within the L5 space colony, they would completely revolt and would declare full independence. The L4 space colony, in response to their riots, would be placed under martial law, not letting them turn into what the L5 colony had turned into. And the orbital colony of L3 also followed in suit, revolting against their leaders as well. For the first time ever, space colonies were becoming their own unique communities and took command for themselves. The 2010s were a relatively quiet time compared to what had happened within the years before. However, saying that, once again, technology had grown massively, allowing for new types types of warfare, and during this decade corporations were becoming more and more powerful, even ruling countries and sending them into brutal wars. The events in Night City seemed proof that for corporations like Arasaka, they could get away with doing whatever they wanted, but thanks to people like Johnny Silverhand and other mercs, they could be stopped and their plans hindered, and that was certainly a theme that was going to continue going into the 2020s. The 2020 started with the Nomads gaining contracts once again. Out within the desolate wasteland of Chicago, one corporation known as Storm Technology was offering out contracts to go into the city itself to salvage precious resources and to start a reconstruction project. However, many claim that there was something mysterious and dodgy about this corporation, and what they wanted from the city was unknown. But regardless, many Nomads needed the work, and this was a perfect opportunity for both the Jodes and the Aldecados taking up this corporation's contracts. For the rest of the Nomad nations, they were going to get contracts to continue working on expanding the intercontinental maglev into Boston, which would allow a lot of these nations to gain work and help their communities grow even further. Over in Night City, the urban region was still rife with violence and street crime thanks to the homelessness problem and the rising gangs. For the corporate sector, however, that was growing by the day and enjoying the influx in eddies. However, the worst was to come in 2020 when out of nowhere, a corporate aerodyne would crash on the outskirts of the city, and as it crashed, a deadly plague coated the land, being labelled as the Carbon Plague. This plague would spread over the city for 2 full weeks, killing 4,000 adults, and anyone under the age of 18 who was hit by it would find they had nanotech-based mutations all over their body. Washington DC took immediate action hearing about this spread and got Dr. David Chang onto the scene to start researching what was causing this plague and what could stop it, and miraculously within 2 weeks of its initial spread he would be successful and would find a perfect cure. Dr. Chang would find that this plague was a form of rapidly reproducing nanites that fed off of CO2 and heat and was able to move large amounts of material at the molecular level rapidly. Knowing this information, Dr. Chang would adapt their programming and allow them to become controlled by computers, turning them into a product that would be labelled as nanotechnics, which would go on to be the foundation for many forms of technology going forward into the next few years. After that bizarre event, the world was about to go into 2021. However, just before that, NASA wanted to follow in the European Space Agency's shoes and also launched a group of pathfinders to Jupiter with their plans to arrive there by 2025. If they did this, it would be a huge success for the US-based space agency, and in 2021 they would also go on to build a base on Mars that they would call the Base, which would be their own form of space colonization. By the end of 2021 going into 2022, things really started to heat up, and it was all triggered by 3 corporations: Sino, OTEC, and IHAG. IHAG was a failing underwater shipping and tech company that eventually went bankrupt. Seeing this, both Sino and OTEC took to trying to buy the assets to boost their land and resources, and with this goal, both of them engaged in brutal tactics to try and shut down the other one. Netrunners started to try and devalue stocks, and strike forces were sent to intercept negotiators, similar to that of the First Corporate War. Eurobank also got involved, shutting both of them down to try and gain the assets for themselves and make sure they were the dominant global nautical tech and shipping power. With all of these things in place, the world braced for a global collapse once again, knowing that these companies controlled the supply of goods going across the waterways, and if they went to war, they wouldn't be able to get their vital supplies. Eventually, after a lot of persuading, OTEC would go on to hire Militech, the US-based corporation, and Sino would go on to hire the Japanese corporation of Arasaka to defend their goals. At first, not much fighting happened, as both just wanted to gain the resources for themselves, but within early 2021, a Militech security team would go on to kill an Arasaka advisor, with Militech unaware of who she really was. As tension rose, the original members of this heated affair, Sino, IHAG, and OTEC, were forced around the table to negotiate before things got out of hand on the 22nd of February 2022. But by this point, Arasaka and Militech had gotten too involved and needed to recoup their multiple accidental damages that they had caused each other. This meant the Fourth Corporate War had now officially begun, and now it was between the armament powerhouses of Arasaka and Militech. Within the month of March, as the war began, Arasaka would go on to work on their latest program named the Soul Killer 2.5, which they had used Alt to piece together. With it, they would test it on a Militech executive's processor. The Soul Killer program worked perfectly as they were able to capture his mind and interrogate it, and with that information would go on to assault the Militech Night City office, triggering the start of 3 months of covert strikes between the two megacorps. For one man known as Raish Bartmoss, whose physical body had died back in 2020, he would be located within the net similar to Alt. Whilst in here, Militech would go on to contact the Netrunner and ask for his assistance against Arasaka within the war. Alt would go on to also convince him to follow it up, and with that persuasion, Bartmoss attacked Arasaka from inside the net after locating their master program of Soul Killer, ruining a lot of their long-term plans. However, this was quickly followed up with a raid of where Bartmoss's body was after they tracked him down, and as the corporate troops went in on the Conapt building, they would fully kill Bartmoss and wipe his data, or so they thought anyway. 2 weeks after his death, a virus would be triggered all over the net, created by Bartmoss in the event of his death, named Rabbids, the roving autonomous Bartmoss interface drones, and with that release would go on to cause the full data crash event, destroying the net in an attempt to ruin corporate control. The overall result of this virus caused the shutdown of 78.2% of the net in just a matter of months. To try and counter this, Netwatch desperately created the Black Wall, a potent AI with the sole task of blocking off sections of the net that had been overrun by rogue AIs with ice, so that the rest could be salvaged. It was also reported that Arasaka was able to save some of their data as well, and would go on to store it within their headquarters within Night City, something that Militech would eventually discover in the next year. With the net now essentially unusable, the war would continue on all over the world with more boots on the ground combat, but also would happen within space in an event that would be labelled as the 7-Hour War. Within this war, one orbital space station named the O'Neill 2 that was built back in 2017 was treating its workers terribly, not giving them any freedom at all, and this would reach boiling point on the 29th of September 2022 as the colonists started hitting back against the ESA station masters, and the other reason was down to fear that they would be caught up within the war between Arasaka and Militech. Coming together extremely well, the colonists started a quick and effective coup against the entire station, taking over complete control. It was an easy win as the colonists overwhelmed the ESA staff by 40-1. There were not enough guns for the ESA to win, and now in full control, the O'Neill 2 crew used the station's weapons to bombard a number of key ESA and EEC facilities, as well as the tactical defensive destruction of a number of corporate-owned orbital weapons to make sure they could be caught up in the conflict going forward. The 7-Hour War was over and the colonists had officially won, and due to the actions they had made, both Japan and the US recognized them as a new high-rider Confederate government, meaning they would not be hit in the conflict. Taking the loss to heart, the ESA moved on to other projects as they would join together with Sov Oil once again and build a base on Mars, naming it Isidis Base, creating a colonial government as well. By 2023, international trade had broken down completely due to the nature of the war between Arasaka and Militech. Despite that, NASA was still continuing on as normal and started offering people with commercial flights to Mars. But the war was majorly disrupting space travel and other missions as well, with the Pathfinder mission to Jupiter losing all communication after Cape Canaveral, and NASA's Mission Control Center would go on to be destroyed in the endless bombing runs of the two megacorporations. This war came to its biggest event that happened on the 20th of August 2023, where a strike team run by the incredible Solo Merc responsible for the influx of Edgerunners and Mercs all over the US, Morgan Blackhand, as well as Johnny Silverhand, who would go on a covert mission to infiltrate the Arasaka building to capture or destroy the recovered data from before the data crash. More specifically, capture the Soul Killer program data, and in the event that they were found out or the mission could not go fully to plan, like extracting the data for themselves, they would be equipped with mini nukes to take out the building completely with all inside. Two different stories are told of this event, one including Morgan Blackhand, who played the main role within Omega Team, and another story involving Johnny Silverhand and his actions within the raid. Despite the conflicting stories, both would go on to encounter the terrifying Arasaka merc known as Adam Smasher, who would love killing anyone who got in his way. Encountering both Morgan Blackhand and Johnny Silverhand, he would go on to absolutely prove why Arasaka keep him on the paybooks by hindering their plans massively and annihilating Johnny Silverhand's arm, as well as capturing him and allowing the Arasaka forces to bring him back to their CEO Saburo for interrogation. But before this could happen, the strike team was successful in their operation and would go on to fully nuke the Arasaka Tower, triggering the event known as the Night City Holocaust. As the building went up in a rage of fire, Saburo captured Johnny Silverhand's soul and disposed all of his body within the ruins of the Arasaka Tower. As for Morgan Blackhand, his body was never recovered, and no one knows if he was still alive after this event. Adam Smasher, however, was massively injured in the event and turned to essentially fleshy sludge. However, with half of him purely cybernetics at this point, Arasaka were able to recover what was left and would be able to bring him back, this time making him almost 100% mechanical and a real terrifying force to see in person. With this nuclear holocaust happening within the heart of Night City, they would be plunged into a new era, an era labeled the Time of Red, simply due to the fact that the whole city was coated in a red cloud throughout all of the day and night for months on end. With this time, Arasaka had lost a horrific amount of respect all over, with Japan almost collapsing completely. With this news, Arasaka had to take full responsibility for everything that had happened over the years during the Fourth Corporate War, and thanks to them doing that, Japan was able to survive. Arasaka was punished massively from this, with many countries, especially the US, stating they could never trade within their countries ever again, only being allowed to do business within Japan itself. For Saburo, not only had he lost years of progression in just a few years, with Arasaka losing all respect blamed for the nuclear bombings in Night City, but he had also lost his firstborn son and heir to his empire, that being Kai, who was killed quickly after he declared an end to the Fourth Corporate War, being convinced to do the samurai tradition of seppuku by two members of Johnny and Morgan's strike team, Spider Murphy and Rogue. By 2025, the Fourth Corporate War was finally at an end, and Arasaka was exiled back to Japan with no trace of their involvement in US politics on their home soil. To make sure this never happened again, President Elizabeth Kress forced Militech into being fully nationalized, and because of that, became the official military of the US. But at that same point, Elizabeth Kress was losing some ground as Washington, Oregon, Idaho, North California, and British Columbia all unified into the new Pacifica Confederation, a new chance for them to create their own policies away from the rule of the main US government. With things back to a sort of normal, everyday life and business could continue once again, as NASA set up a new operation alongside the Japanese Aerospace Bureau, as they would launch a mission to try and reach Saturn to maybe one day set up a colony there. By 2026 up until 2029, many groups would start going back into areas that were first hit during the collapse all those years ago. This was to salvage precious resources lost in the corporate wars and the collapse, or to just be able to live in a new abandoned area that hadn't been completely totaled by the war. This also included the looting of old technology and abandoned storehouses, as times were getting extremely desperate. Because of how disruptive America was becoming again, with people looting everything they could get a hold of, President Elizabeth Kress turned into more of a dictator figure, as she would order a full state of emergency to go throughout all of the country, as she started her plans to try and unify every state back together into one powerful nation once again. And whilst all of this was going on, the newly nationalized Militech would try and re-establish contact with NASA's lost Pathfinder mission. But unfortunately, despite having their communications back up and running on Earth, no contact could be made. The 2020s had officially come to an end, and it was safe to say this whole decade was one of the bloodiest the world had ever seen, as both Arasaka and Militech did everything they could to wipe out one another. Many lives had been lost in that Fourth Corporate War, and the nuclear holocaust was a turning point for the American government. However, going forward into the later years, America as well as Night City would dramatically change, and a new era would be born for them, one that Elizabeth Kress was dreading. Not a unified nation, but one that was split up massively. It's fair to say that during the next few decades, not much was to happen within the world, as most of it was being tidied up from what was such a horrific war. For Night City, Elizabeth Cress had blamed Arasaka for everything that had happened there, painting them as the evil foreign power looking to control the country. But despite that view, did not want to help Night City at all in their recovery. Cress would go on to claim that the city was unrecoverable and stated that it would be easier for the people living there to move into the new United States to survive that way. The people who had lost everything thanks to the bomb were suffering massively during this point. Being left homeless, these individuals would not follow Cress's ideas and instead set up shantytowns where they could within the surrounding suburbs of North Oak, Westbrook, Pacifica, Haywood, and South Night City. What was left of the Night City government looked outside for help on their rebuilding project, calling in the old nomad families who had once helped them before. The Aldecados were the ones to lead the operation as they had a lot of experience in this, thanks to what they did within the Chicago rebuild project set up by Stormtech. The rebuilding process would be a long and grueling one, but with the passion people had for the city and the skills of the nomads, it would be doable, and it would look as it did the first time it was constructed. Over in the North Oak Columbarium, an epitaph was set up for the fallen Johnny Silverhand that had on it the words, "Robert John Linder, son of a bitch who never gave up. A legend among legends." However, within the corporate center, one Silverhand fan who happened to be a firefighter, Samantha Stevens, would go into the hot zone on a request from a techie known as Angel. Within the hot zone, Samantha would go on to recover a non-detonated mini-nuke from the bunker of the destroyed tower, as well as the body of Johnny Silverhand himself. With that, she would hide the body ready for transport and also find the locations of his other possessions, such as the Malorian 3516 handguns and his Porsche 911. Taking those possessions, she would go on to hide them within her garage somewhere within Night City, making sure they were protected for years to come. But most importantly, Johnny Silverhand's body was recovered and was ready to be transported to safety. At the same time, rumors were starting to spread about a man who looked especially like Morgan Blackhand within the first wave cities, places that needed little reconstruction and resources to rebuild after the war, with others claiming he had returned back to President Cress to report the failure of his last mission. Whether this was actually Morgan Blackhand, no one knows. However, the descriptions given do imply that someone of his build and skills is still out there, but maybe it's just someone with military training with his personality engram inside them, utilizing similar technology to that of the relic. But that's just a theory for now. By 2038, Johnny Silverhand's body is still being transported by Samantha. However, this time she is tasked with taking it to Los Alamos Labs within New Mexico. As she went on to leave, she would entrust a merc known as Zara with one of Johnny's Malorians she had found in a wrapped package, stating that she couldn't think of a better person to use it. By the time Samantha had gotten to Los Alamos Labs within New Mexico, the crate with the body within it was handed over to the person who had sent her on the mission in the first place, the techie known as Angel. And once she opened the crate to see the body, Angel would whisper, "Hello, my love." Throughout the 2040s, not much really happened apart from the rumoured sightings of Morgan Blackhand and the reconstruction of Adam Smasher. With Smasher now fully functioning again, albeit being mainly a machine now, he would be sent out to look for Johnny Silverhand's possessions that he had located within Samantha Stevens' garage and around the country. Not only was he able to find Johnny's Porsche that he would keep for himself, but he would also find his Malorian Arms 3516 that he would eventually pass down to his second in command and loyal worker Jeremiah Grayson in 2050. With that, he would also go on to locate Silverhand's body and bury it just outside of Night City, making him one of the only people who knew the location of where Johnny's body was. Either meaning Smasher went on to kill Angel, who gained possession of Johnny's body, or Smasher was tricked and the body he went to bury outside of Night City was actually a body double. But again, that's just a random theory. The only other event that was of significant note was within 2047, a young man would be born to Mama Wells named Jackie Wells, who would live within Haywood in his family's home. Jackie certainly didn't have the best upbringing, as his father would frequently get drunk and beat him mercilessly. With a horrible upbringing, Jackie learned to become strong relatively quickly, and that would help his life change going forward. 2 years later, after Jackie was born, his soon-to-be partner in crime would be born, that being V, who was born in 2049. However, their backstory is obviously a bit of a mystery. But for the people of America, the population was getting a bit out of hand and affordable homes were not coming onto the market. It was decided here within the late 2040s that mega buildings were to be constructed to help with the population growth, as they could house thousands of families in one high-rise building. And at the same time, they were extremely cheap to maintain, but also brought in a pretty Eddie. Over in China, they were rebuilding after what had happened to them within the Fourth Corporate War. And for one company that was the kernel of China's forces, Ximingzhu's defense company, it had now become fully debt-free because of the work he had done to rebuild them. And because of it, it fully rebranded to the corporation known as Kangtao. With this new rebrand, Kangtao started debuting on the international weapons market with the A22B Chao Smart Pistol, which would finally give some competition to the main manufacturer of this type of thing, which was Arasaka. But with them out of the picture, it was Kangtao's for the taking. Over in Night City in the year of 2051, the people there were once again hit with an epidemic as a rogue case of the bird flu took over, affecting thousands of people, and by the end of the year killed over 7,000 people. The flu went away for a bit, however in 2059 it came back, and even harder this time, killing over 10,000 people. But life continued on for the people of this city, and most just accepted this was the world they lived in now. As they continued on into the next decade, a new mayor would be elected within the Night City Council. The leader of the new devolutionist party, Lucius Rhine, a proud Night City resident who had lost his father within the Night City Holocaust and had his mother captured by Raish Bartmoss's rogue AIs within cyberspace. But with that tough past, Lucius tried desperately to make the world and Night City a better place, doing frequent inspiring speeches and calls to action to help rebuild the world in the newly formed Watson development. His other plan was to stand up against the new United States of America and its government, who were desperately trying to force Night City and many others into its ranks to unify the country. But sadly for Lucius, Night City would once again be hit by another case of bird flu in 2061, but this was the worst one so far, being labelled as the Great Bird Flu, which would go on to kill 12,000 people this time. At this same point in history, over within Haiti, this country would be officially wiped out due to a series of horrific storms and climate change effects, forcing everyone who lived there to venture out and seek a new home. Here they would travel to Night City and seek refuge within the Pacifica district, an area that was going to be a luxury resort for all of the corporations and visitors to Night City. This transformed the area into a full refuge for all immigrants from Haiti and other islands affected by climate change and war, bringing about a loyal community of Haitians who would form together into a gang known as the Voodoo Boys. Over on the outskirts of the city, one corporation known as NC Dam Limited would go on to purchase the dam and reservoir just outside of the border of the city. As this happened on the 17th of July 2062, a massive disruption attempt by the residents of Laguna Bend took place, as they knew they would be thrown out of their homes if they were to purchase the dam. Despite all of their efforts, NC Dam Limited was successful as they sent in their corporate troops to force out the residents from their home. And with them now gone, they were able to flood the area and with it the town in which many lived, including the braindance editor Judy Alvarez. By 2063, Night City had had enough of the bird flu epidemics and decided to finally take action, putting into place the Avian Extermination Act, which was to quell outbreaks of avian-borne diseases, which claimed tens of thousands of lives in the city over the past decade. Despite looking like Night City was under good leadership now, gangs were starting up all over the place, and for one group of the Tiger Claws, they would go on to pick on the wrong group, those being the residents of Elizabeth Borden's bar. During one of their night night out at the bar, 3 Tiger Claw members went on to kill one of Lizzie's night workers, which would drive her mad with rage. As a result, she would get her revenge, killing all 3 of them with her axe. But the Tiger Claws didn't hold back and immediately got their own revenge, killing Lizzie as well. This was a tragic moment for the community and united all of the people working at the bar and all of the night workers, forcing them to form together into a new gang that would be labelled as the Moxes, who would always do everything they could to honour their once leader Lizzie and protect all night workers who needed shelter over the city. Over in Japan, Arasaka would start their full rebuild process as one of their bodyguards would go on to save the life of the Emperor of Japan in 2067, helping them to gain a positive reputation with their country once again, finally helping them to step out of the negative shadow they had been in since the Fourth Corporate War. Other things were happening over the world at this point as well. One of the positive things was that the first ever settlement was made within Antarctica, something no one ever thought was possible. Why it was set up there, no one really knows, but it was an achievement nonetheless. But sadly, at the same time, the people of the world would be sad or happy depending on their perspective that the last of the sharks officially died out. The sharp-toothed, terrifying creatures of the sea were now officially gone, and the ecosystem was dramatically changing because of it. Over in Australia as well, a gigantic bushfire would rage throughout the land and would go on to kill all but one of the koala population. This koala named Omega would be the last of its kind and would be massively protected by all who knew about it. But by 2068, Elizabeth Crest was finally succeeded by a new president known as Rosalind Myers, due to the fact that people were learning about the truth behind the bombing of Arasaka Tower in Night City. 4 elections and a dictator's style of leadership during part of it had made her the longest serving president the country had ever had. But now it was time for a change, and Myers, who was also an ex-Militech CEO, was certainly going to bring about that going into the next decade and beyond. With Rosalind Myers becoming president, it didn't take long before she set the world alight, or more specifically, America alight. Myers had similar ambitions to Crest, but was more ruthless in how she went about them. Myers was desperate to unify the country once again and to make them become a superpower on the world stage. In January of 2069, she did just that, as she extended federal rule over the many free states, stating she was strengthening the country. This immediately kicked off the unification war, as the free states refused to accept what Myers was trying to do. For a few states such as Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, they would remain neutral within this conflict, but the federal government said they could only be free from conflict if they held some of their concessions on their land. The Republic of Texas as well sided with no one and stood for themselves in the conflict, giving them 2 enemies in the NUSA and the Alliance of Free States. The NUSA was extremely aggressive in this war, attacking all of the free states with their sheer Militech strength. But by the mid-war, Arasaka saw an opportunity to resolve themselves on the land and started providing the free states with their best resources to fight back against the government. With war waging everywhere, the people of Night City thought they were going to be invaded at any point, and as a result, corporations started leaving in their droves, meaning the Pacific all of its funding and turned into a hostile land filled with crime and gang warfare. Eventually, the NUSA troops made it into the outskirts of the city, but Lucius Ryan had a plan, as he had asked the exiled Arasaka, who had been helping them with resources anyway, to help them defend their city. Almost immediately, Arasaka answered the call and their super carrier showed up within the Del Coronado Bay, forcing the NUSA to retreat. Realizing that Arasaka was on the enemy's side, the NUSA knew that if they were to continue, this war would get worse and would be more horrific than that of the Fourth Corporate War, and because of it, they had to end it now. With this, a treaty of unification, or the Arvin Accord, was signed, ending the unification war once and for all. Night City benefited the most from this, as it became completely independent from both the NUSA government as well as the North California's rule. For the rest of the parties, none of them were happy with the treaty, but were just relieved the war didn't start another global crisis, and because of it, all of them claimed they had won it. By 2071, Arasaka had a foothold world within North America once again, and they could finally grow their corporation once again as well. Here they would help their name grow as they would prevent mass riots within San Francisco, showing to many that they were there to help maintain the peace, helping many to believe in their cause and see them as a positive light within the community, especially within Night City, as they would build their main North American HQ in the same spot that had been destroyed all those years ago in 2023. Within Night City, corporations were coming back into the central complex. However, Pacifica was left completely due to how dangerous it had become, and for the gang of Maelstrom who were on the rise ever since the Metal Wars years ago, they had a new leader known as Brick, and a new brutal regime was taking place in their ranks. Another law was passed during this time, and that was the selling of domesticated fowl to once again stop the spread of any bird flu type epidemic. This didn't stop it, however, as people just did it on the black market. At that same time, a new epidemic happened in 2072 in Night City, this time being a zoonotic disease called rat fever, which would go on to wipe out all of the animals within the nearby land and causing a few animals to become extinct. In 2074, Night City realized it had a real problem on the streets, something the NCPD or even MaxTac could not control. Looking for options, Rosalind Myers attempted to bring in Militech to help Night City with its gang crime problem. However, the NCPD commander objected to their involvement, seeing it as just an attempt to get control of the city and bring it into the NUSA world. Instead, Arasaka was still seen as the ones to go to over Militech, and once again, as Arasaka were proving themselves to be true peacekeepers, as they would destroy a terrorist cell in Rio de Janeiro, killing all those responsible for a series of attacks, helping their PR once again, and showing Night City that Arasaka were the better option over Militech and the NUSA. In 2075, the infamous hacker who caused the downfall of the old net, Rach Bartmoss's body that was frozen in a cryogenic freezer, had found that his contract with them had expired, and because of it, the freezer in which he was housed in was discarded at the Badlands landfill, something he requested on the eventuality of his death. Not the most honorable way to get rid of this legend's body, but it was what he wanted. At this same time, the gang known as the Animals, who used cybernetics to make them more animal-like in skills and talents, had acquired a new leader named Sasquatch and started taking over more land, fighting anyone they could to prove their strength. For one individual during this time, however, known as Lucy Kushinda, she would go on to meet with an individual known as Kiwi in 2075 and would join her mercenary crew run by a legendary solo known as Maine, becoming part of their Edge Runner operations. By 2076, this crew would be doing as many gigs as they possibly could until they would go on to encounter the young, ignorant and angry individual known as David Martinez. This crew would try and teach him the ways of being an Edge Runner and eventually get him up to a point where he could be useful within raids. Sadly for the crew, they would go on to lose two members in their operations, those being the leader Mame, who would turn cyber psycho due to how many implants he had, and Dorio, who would be killed by Mame during his psycho. Crew now leaderless, David went on to take on Mame's cyberware, adding it to his military grade Sandevistan, which he had acquired thanks to his mother back when she was an EMT. Throughout the many months this crew were active in 2076, the crew would go through many betrayals and deaths, in the end leaving just David and Lucy. However, with how much cyberware David had at this point prior to them just being David and Lucy, he was being driven mad and was going into the full cyber psycho process, and was under attack by Militech forces desperate to get the prototype cyberware he was utilizing, including the giant and terrifying Adam Smasher. As Adam Smasher crushed and wiped out almost all of the crew, David would engage with him in a final stand, but sadly it would not be enough, as David would be killed there and then by the mechanical beast of a man, if you can even call him a man. Lucy, David's lover, was the sole survivor left, and after living through all of that bloodshed, fulfilled her lifelong dream of visiting the moon. When there though, the vision of David became visible to her, reminiscent of the first time the two had a brain dance together where they would also go to the moon. David's crew would sadly be forgotten like many other Edge Runners. However, the impact they had on Night City was quite significant, and if Adam Smasher wasn't on the scene, who knows where they would be now in the late The year was now 2077, and Arasaka made a massive announcement of their new technology they had developed. This was named as the Relic, which was a unique biochip that would imprint a user's personality legacy on it, to allow their descendants a way of communicating with them long after they had died. This product would be hugely popular with corporate investors who saw this as one of the most revolutionary pieces of technology ever seen, and when it did launch, it would be a massive seller on all markets. At the same time, Biotechnica also came up with a phenomenal breakthrough, as they were now able to revive 3 extinct species lost by the rat fever in 2072. Those 3 species being the North American beaver, the swift fox, and eastern cottontail, who were popular amongst the wealthy clientele. With the relic being in such high demand, especially within Night City, one fixer named Dexter Deshawn would raise a crew to infiltrate the Konbeki Plaza Hotel and would steal the prototype, utilizing the data collected by Evelyn Parker. The raid went well initially, as V and Jackie Wells were able to break into the penthouse suite, locate the relic without being there. Everything went south as Saburo Arasaka and his son Yorinobu arrived to discuss their future, and Solki and V hid from the sight of the Arasakas and their bodyguards. They would go on to witness the murder of Saburo by his own son. After that event, the whole tower went into lockdown, with both V and Jackie being seen as responsible. The breakout went from bad to worse, as sadly Jackie the escape and would go on to die in the process. V would also get infected by the relic, which they had to store in their own neural cortex to make sure it did not expire. However, when getting back to Dex, V would also go on to be murdered. The relic did something unexpected, as it would go on to and bring them back to life. But the prototype relic would be none other than Johnny Silverhand, who would start attacking V's body and assuming control of it. 3 months after this event, V would go on a journey to try and fix themselves from this engram taking over, trying their best to get on with Johnny at the same time. Along the way, they would go on to meet various individuals from Night City, developing unique bonds with them, as well as engaging in gang wars that were happening all over the city. For the rest of Night City, Lucius Ryan would die of what was said to be a heart attack due to a cyberware malfunction, but the truth was, Ryan would go on to be murdered within the strip house known as the Red Queen's Race, as a virus was loaded onto his BD, overwhelming his senses and killing him there. With his death and murder covered up, Weldon Holt became the acting mayor, trying to defend his role from the new up-and-coming nominee, Jefferson Pareles. As the vote went through, Pareles would go on to win by a large majority, becoming Night City's latest mayor and the people's favourite. As this went on, V, along with Saburo's once bodyguard Guru Takimura, would capture Saburo's...
Nope. I haven't got that far in the game yet. Let's see if we can move right on past. Yeah, nah. Yeah, shout out to Wisefish though. Thank you to him.
Please do let me know what you thought by leaving a comment or just leaving a like and subscribe if you haven't already. This took so long to make, but it was worth it, as this universe is incredible. And even if you do not like the game, I think a lot of people can agree the writing is pretty good. I know I didn't cover absolutely everything in the timeline, but some things were just too small to include, or they either had no information on them or outright confused me due to lack of information. So for what it is, I hope I didn't miss some absolutely vital details out. I want to say a huge thank you to my patrons and YouTube channel members for sticking with me and letting me take my time to make this. I really hope it was worth it. So a huge shout out to my small fishes, my big fishes, Anthony, Arso Creme, Christopher, Greg, and Last Persona User, my YouTube channel Wise Ones, Video Game Player 75, Ico the Wolf, Sith Lord 906, and Fiery Italian, my sharks Jason X117, Rodesy, and Wow Such Gaming, and my Megalodons, Chernobyl Stalker, Hazy Thoughts,
I like
and
that.
Sinus.
I like all the different tiers.
That is all for now. I'm going to drink tons of water so that my throat recover and start planning for...
Speaking of, I'm actually going to go into my channel points and make them all like basically
strong survive here and make a name for themselves as legends. Underneath the bright and bold colours is a world run by terrifying individuals and corporations who will do anything to make their name mean something and gain enough eddies that they can live the best life they can think of. On the streets, there is a bigger threat, however, as multiple gangs rule their respective regions, ruling their own part of the land, making rules within them, and ultimately taking from those weak weaker than them. These gangs are all so different from one another and have unique cultures that make them stand out for anyone who is unlucky enough to come into contact with them. But who are these gangs? How did they set up? Where are they based? What is their society and culture like? And who is the most terrifying gang of them all? Well, in today's video, we will be looking at all of the gangs of the inner city of Night City within Cyberpunk 2077 and rank them in order of who is the most powerful. These are the gangs of Inner Night City from Cyberpunk 2077. But before we talk about the individual gangs, I just want to say a huge thank you for your overwhelming support this past year for helping this channel get to almost 70,000 subscribers. And because of your support, this channel is now affiliated with G Fuel and has given us a unique code that will allow all of you guys the opportunity to get a nice discount on all of their products, which not only gives you a really tasty, refreshing drink, which honestly I absolutely love, especially the clip videos like this. These drinks have seriously helped me out when I'm making these videos and long editing sessions, and also they are just so refreshing to have in the morning or afternoon when you need that little pick-me-up to keep on working, or even if you're just on a binge session of your favorite game. Honestly, I never thought I'd be in this position, and I am so grateful for your support, so thank you so much. And if you want to support me further, why not pick up a tub of your favorite flavor, sit back, crack it open, and enjoy whilst watching some lore videos. But yeah, thank you to you guys for this opportunity. Thank you to G Fuel, and please check out the link in the description and pick yourself up a tub or two today to help support this channel as well. But with that said, let's get back to